Hello, my name is HQ of HQ Reacts. Welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, share the stream, and click the notification button for new content.
Hey. This is HQ in the house. And today we had the subject of socialism, which seems to be a big issue with a lot of people, right? Socialism. I don't know why that's such a big deal, right? But we don't have socialism, or we don't have a big portion of socialism here in the United States. We just don't, right? A lot of our stuff is social programs. I get all that. And people have an issue with being in a social or close to a social safety net atmosphere. People get upset, be fighting. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So, but this affects all of us. It does. And we're talking about Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, school lunches, unemployment insurance, and housing, Section 8, all them kind of things. Okay, this is just not paperwork. This is what we do. This is how we live. Okay, this is lives for millions of people. Millions of people have these services, and they keep our community strong. And when you undermine that, you get rid of that, then there's a problem. I've heard for years and years that the Republicans want to privatize our social programs. Okay. People want to cut back on these programs, and I want to explain why that's a dangerous thing. Why that's a very, very dangerous thing for us to cut away and get rid of our social program. Now, for example, people say social programs. What social programs? Most of us know what social programs are. Medicaid, Medicare, fire departments, police departments, all of those things. Social program. Okay? And it's built on the idea that the resources and wealth of a society should be owned, controlled, and regulated. So it helps everyone. It helps the community as a whole, usually through the government. And I don't understand why people are upset when you say control these services through the government, rather than them being left entirely in the privatized hands. Okay? It's a dangerous thing. Okay? To leave that up to private citizens. Okay? Social programs are not new. Okay? They didn't come out of a vacuum. They were created because people were struggling. And the country realized it couldn't thrive if it left so many people behind, which is what I keep saying. You're only as strong as your weakest link. Okay, take the Great Depression, for example. Millions upon millions of Americans were out of work. Families were hungry. Kids were going without school lunches, programs. I have a cold. I always get a cold when the weather changes. Sorry. Programs like Social Security, unemployment, public health care programs were put in place to make sure people had a safety net. The idea was simple. If society protects its most vulnerable population, we end up stronger, which is what I say, which is what I really believe. Social programs, they benefit everybody. A lot of people think social programs only help the people who get the benefits. But that's not the full picture of everything. When kids have access to school lunches or Head Start programs, they grow up happier, healthier, stronger, smarter, more educated. When families have health care, they can get they can get treated before small illnesses become big illnesses. They can see the doctor before they get extremely ill. Even workers who never do rely on these social programs, right, benefit from a stabilized community, economy, keep communities safe, prevent larger crises from happening. These programs benefit everybody, not just the people who get the benefits. If everybody is sick, other people get sick. Other people don't, healthcare, it becomes more expensive. So I know a lot of people see these programs as handouts. Those damn Democrats hand out everything. They give away every damn thing. Or it's like, oh, they're a permanent victim, or they feeding off my dime, my dollar bill. These programs are like investments. Investments in healthcare, education, opportunities, social stability. They save money in the long run. That's the whole point of them doing that. They prevent bigger and better and worse problems down the line. And they also give people a chance to fully cooperate or invest in a society. If they're healthier, happier, and they don't have to worry about food, shelter, they don't have to worry about those kind of things. Without these safety programs, people would fall by the wayside, and the gap between rich and poor would become even bigger, making life even more harder. Okay. But people want to privatize these things. Privatize them? When the government, just like this, the Republican, my understanding is the Republicans want to privatize this shit. When the government talks about cutting or privatizing these programs, the consequences are astronomical or huge. Healthcare for the elderly, disabled, low-income families is not something that should ever be turned into a business where profits matter more than people. Privatization means less access. If I don't have the money, I can't access it. Poor people, elderly people, handicapped people, all of these people, the most vulnerable, will be shut out. Okay? It weakens the social and economic stability that we all rely on in this country. Think about Social Security. It keeps seniors out of poverty, or it helps to keep seniors out of poverty. It helps them pay rent, their medicine, food, be independent. Medicaid and Medicare mean parents don't have to choose between paying medicine or rent. That's why it was so detrimental when the big beautiful bill cut those programs, because that means people are going to die. Housing assistance keeps family off the street and kids in school. Programs like SNAP, WIC, Section 8 school lunches prevent hunger and make sure kids grow up healthy and happier and ready to study, to learn. These aren't abstract things. When people say, I'd rather you get off my dime, me paying for these free lunches, these poor people getting all this free shit. When these programs are cut, the ripple effects are huge, hitting everybody from students all the way down to seniors. And I always hear people say, these are charity cases. They on my dime. I'm paying for it, blah, blah, blah. They're insurance for the country itself. They make sure that when people fall on hard times, they don't fall so far that the whole community gets dragged down with them. When the government removes health care from the elderly or disabled, or cuts other social programs like they did in the big beautiful bill, It's not just something that comes out of the budget. It's a human toll. That's why we keep saying them cutting the Medicaid and Medicare, that means people are going to die. Rural hospitals are going to close. Eventually, it's going to hit neighborhoods, cities, states, specifically Republican states. Specifically, Republican states are going to get hit the hardest. These programs protect the most vulnerable, which are the ones that are in the rural Republican states. Wyoming, Tennessee, Kentucky, all of those, Kentucky. Another thing people don't realize is social programs stimulate the economy. When people have money for food, healthcare, housing, they spend it in the community. This keeps local businesses running, workers employed. Public education creates future smart people, college graduates, people that will build the country or make the community better. Social programs also reduce crime and homelessness and all those kind of things. You just have to look at the long-term effects of social programs. So when people say, y'all just want handouts, you Democrats only want to give people handouts. No, we want to make sure that we got our most vulnerable coming along with us, not just going along with getting sucked into a hole and they can't get out of it. So social programs is more about checks, healthcare. It's more than that. It's more than just lines on the chalkboard. They found it very easy to cut Medicaid, Medicare, Section 8, food stamp. They found it very easy to cut the social safety net out from our most vulnerable. You need to ask yourself, why did you feel the need to cut people off of food stamp? Why did you feel like it was taking money out of your pocket if you helped keep the social safety net going? That's a part of the contract, y'all know. That's a part of the safety. That's a part of the social contract that you have in this country. That we try to move our country forward. Okay. These programs lift people up when they need it the most, making communities stable, prosperous for everybody. Cutting or trying to privatize those things doesn't save money. It costs us in health and opportunity and education and stability long term. These programs help our country move forward, and everybody has a chance to move forward when we use these programs. We want to protect these programs. And so I heard people say, well, socialism is a political and economic system built on the idea that the resources and wealth of the society should be owned, controlled, or doled out, regulated by the community as a whole under the leadership of government, rather than being left in the privatization or private hands. Okay. And we are a mix of socialism and capitalism. We are a mix because we have a lot of programs that are socialism. A lot of programs that are socialism. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. This is what you all know from birth. Most of us have only known this kind of system. I don't think we're going into a socialist system anyway. A total social system would be Russia. But most countries are a mix of socialism. We're not pure capitalists. It's not a pure capitalist country. We have socialist things. We have, we have a mixture of social and private capitalism. We have private businesses, competition, profits. That's the part of the capitalism that we have. The social part is the Medicare, Medicaid, public schools, fire departments, police departments, infrastructure. Those things are public programs. We have a mixture of all of those, of socialism and capitalism. I don't know why these people get on here talking about, I'm a capitalist. Then motherfucker, go to a country that's all capitalism. See how well you do. But here we have a mixture of capitalism and socialism. Okay? It's called a mixed economy. Okay? Private businesses run most of the economy. Fine. But programs like Medicare, Medicaid, unemployment, police place, food stamps, public schools, fire departments are designed to protect citizens from falling through those cracks. Okay? It reflects our belief in individualism as well as a collective responsibility through social programs. So when you shift that and you take that away, you shift the government and you cut off people from Medicaid and Medicare, the big beautiful bill, I'd like to say, you fuck people up. Social Security today is guaranteed. No matter how the stock market is doing, retirees get a check. If you privatize that, you get rid of that, get everybody off Social Security like they're trying to do, cut everybody off Social Security. People's retirement money would depend on investments in the stock market. And if it crashes, if the stock market crashes like 2008, like Trump did with the tariffs, crashing the economy, you'll wipe out decades of money and savings and leave seniors without money. Which you did this time, where he partially did this time. That's the whole point of not making Social Security private. That's wild. And then it's higher cost to seniors. Medicare is a government-run program, which means it negotiates prices and keeps administrative costs low. But if you privatize that, private insurance companies can charge whatever the fuck they want. The ones who are at least able to absorb that cost would be the elderly and the handicapped, and they would lose. I'm not giving you no insurance. You got diabetes. I ain't giving you no insurance. They got a right to say that. Some of y'all don't even be thinking when y'all be talking about privatizing shit, cutting people off Medicaid, Medicare. Social Security and Medicare are universal programs. Everyone pays into it. Everybody pays into it. But everybody also benefits. Privatizing it favors the wealthy because they can afford to invest more money and take bigger risks, right? Middle class people and low income workers would lose the stability these programs provide, depending on inequality. What if you don't have enough money to invest in these programs? What do you do when it's time your time to meet to retire? If you don't make enough money to do X, Y, and Z, you just be out on the street. Social Security payments are steady money flowing into the economy every month. Retirees use it to pay rent, bills, get their medicine. If that safety net disappears or it shrinks because it's private, consumer spending is lost, is drowned out, which can slow the economy down. Medicare cuts would also mean hospitals and doctors might lose reliable payment, hurting healthcare access across communities, which means doctors wouldn't be doctors no more. Shit, I ain't getting paid. I ain't getting no money. The government ain't paying me no money. Shit, insurance is private. These motherfuckers ain't paying. I ain't gonna be no doctor no more. People would be outright quitting, not wanting to be a fucking doctor if people couldn't pay. And then you would lose services. Private companies are motivated by profit, not by guaranteeing care or stability of any human being. That means they might deny you coverage. Shit, you got a pre-existing coverage? Hell no, I ain't covering you. Oh, you want me to cover you? Okay, that's $1,000 a month. Social Security and Medicaid were created as guarantees. If you work hard and pay in, you'll be taken care of in retirement or if you become disabled. That's the whole promise of the Social Security, disability, and all that. Privatization undermines that. turning a guaranteed benefit into a risky investment or an expensive private plan, which they can't afford at the end of life. Okay. In short, privatizing Medicaid and Social Security, like the Republicans want to do, would expose a lot of Americans to market risk, raise costs, seniors and disabled, thrown off healthcare, homeless, inequality, and it would weaken the economy. These programs work precisely because they are public and universal and stable. So, my thing is this. Why would we even worry about it being a social program? Why do they want to privatize this Medicaid and Medicare? Here's my question. What? Nobody answered this either. The other day, the big beautiful bill. What was in that big beautiful bill that helped anybody that make under $200,000? What was in that beautiful bill that made you all say, hey, shit, that bill worked for me? I mean, I specifically want to hear from the Republicans who voted for Donald Trump when he said he was going to cut Medicaid and Medicare. I never would have voted for him because he's cutting my main thing. See, this is what I want people to do. I want people to find out what's important to them. What's important to you? What's important to you is what's 2 or 3 things that are important to you? Is AB important to you? Are you a man? Is AB important to you? Is Medicaid, Medicare, getting them poor bum quiches off Medicaid, getting them poor folks off the social net safety net, is that important to you? Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what was important. What was the benefit for people who said, hey, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because he's going to pass that big, beautiful bill. Because I ain't got one person that put anything in the social sector. Black America, you really need to have some conversations with yourself. If every time I have a conversation with you, you're talking about gay folks. Why is gay folks and gay stuff running across your brain every 5 minutes? You really need to discuss that. Figure that out. Because gay people don't touch your life one way or the other. So why is that the first thing you mention every time you got a conversation going? What the hell is going on? So these are the conversations that we want to have. What's going on? Gay people gonna get the bit. Gay people are Americans just like everybody else. What do you mean? You act like you want somebody to come snuff the gay people out. You want the gay people to disappear off the planet. Just disappear. Somebody give them all dirt naps. Gay people need to have dirt naps, according to Black America. Like he want all gay people to disappear. Like y'all need to be expired. What the hell is going on with you? What? That's how you sound. That's what you sounding like. You want all gay people and trans people to just die. If that ain't some hateful shit, boy, if that ain't no hateful shit. So, but still, I still ain't had nobody put in the chat, what did that big, beautiful bill do for them? We don't want to hear the bullshit about no taxes on tips, you motherfuckers that ain't a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing, okay? It's some bullshit to get goofies on his side. It's not a thing, okay? That's not a thing. So I'm asking, what's in there? Oh, I have the, wait a minute, hold on. I forgot. I mean, I want somebody to come and explain. I want somebody to have a conversation about the social safety net programs. What about the social safety net programs? Why is it that we always talk about the Democrats is talking about giving stuff away, free shit. No, that's the free shit. All of that shit. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see if I got a list of what the hell is the social program, the social safety net programs. Because people, yeah, what's the social safety net program? What's all these free programs people always talking about? The programs that people are always upset about. Let me see. What are they? Let me get a list. Hold on. Oh, okay. We got Medicare, Medicaid, WIC, the veterans benefits, Social Security, food stamps, unemployment, WIC, free education K through 12. That's free at public schools. It's free public schools. People want to get rid of free public schools. That's social program. Head Start. That's a social program. Federal student aid, Pell Grants, subsidized loans. That's a social program. Section 8, social program. Line heat, social program. Free lunch program, free lunch, social program. Food pantries, social programs. Minimum wage laws, social programs. Workers' compensation, social program. Post office, transportation for seniors, fire department, police department, disaster relief funded by the government, social program. All these are social programs. But yet we got people calling for the end of social Oh, you a Democrat, you like all that free shit. No, we want the stuff that we normally get. We want the private, we want those things. Social safety net things. So people don't fall by the wayside. All those programs, that I believe in all of those programs. Because we only as weak as we only as strong as our weakest link. Okay. I just don't understand why people worried about free lunch. Okay. I don't understand what's wrong with no, it don't. It ain't that taxes on tips ain't that don't mean jack shit, dude. That tax on tips, that don't mean jack shit. Cause we ain't seen shit change in our taxes and tips. Yo, somebody explain to me when the fuck your taxes and tips change. When does it change? I ain't seen nobody say nothing about their paycheck changed. Anybody paycheck changed since the bill been put into play? When the hell your bill change? Your paycheck change? Ain't no damn bill change. It don't. It just get people riled up for some bullshit. It don't mean nothing in the long range of things. It's something to do with taxes. Has nothing to do with your paycheck tomorrow. The paycheck you get on Friday. It didn't help not one bit. Okay. Groceries, everything is going up. Everything is more expensive. Everything. And all of this is because of the tariffs that were put into place. It just is what it is. So I was trying to figure out, well, how am I better? Am I better off since this bill was signed? No, nobody's better off. Food and gas and all that other shit has been going up. Well, gas is probably the same, but food and all that other shit has been going up. No, chef, Biden ain't the president, child. You got to catch up, Chef Chevy TV. You got to catch up, huh? It has nothing to do with Biden. Everything has been going up since the beginning of the year. Please, come on, do some reading, okay? So when they said social safety net, I was like, oh, heck, no. Okay. Yes. That bill is a disaster. That bill is a disaster. Okay. What hobby do you propose we need to get, Will? You talking to me or you talking to somebody in chat? Because I got plenty of hobbies. I got plenty of hobbies. I don't know who you're talking about. Hey, first name, Honk, William, Chevy, T-Healers, and Type Pro. Yes. I'm just asking about this big, beautiful bill. I want somebody to call me and tell me. There's a phone on there's a line right there. Call me and tell me why you thought the big, beautiful bill would give any poor person under 200,000, give anybody a big 200,000 any leg up, because I haven't seen it. I'm looking for it. Jeremy, hey, Jeremy, he said, not you. He was like, shit, I don't want to stop on this girl channel. Let me get the hell on. Hey, Jeremy. So I'm saying, how do we make it? We gotta somehow, us people who make under 200,000, we gotta turn the tables on these rich motherfuckers. I don't know how we gotta turn the table on these rich motherfuckers, but we gotta turn the table. But it's not helpful. Ignorance is blissful. William, you ain't addressing nobody. Who are you talking to, William? I don't know who you talk. You can't be talking to me, because I'm pretty sure I'm older than you. So come on, we want to do brainstorming in here. We want to find out, how do we turn the tables on these rich men? Is there any way we can turn the tables on these people? Okay, what can we do? Yeah, they rolling in. They be rolling and saying some wild shit and then rolling right back out. Hello, Muslim maid. Hello. So two white men, two faces on the same coin. Politics isn't the way, regardless who it is. Super predators. One hand wash both, the other wash the hands. But HQ, one thing we got to do is stop raccoons from demonizing. Raccoons, are you wild? But it is what it is. It'll burn itself off. They told us what they were going to do before he got in. They laid out the Project 2020. Yeah, they did tell us the 2025. They did. But people really didn't read it. People just were in their fifis. You had people who didn't want to vote for the Democratic person because she was a woman, because she was black, because they felt like they weren't being represented, the white males, so the white males went the other way. Okay. That's a problem, Duffy. We got weak Democrats. Our Democrats are weak. We don't know. I'm looking for some more leadership. I'm looking for something else. Okay? I'm looking for something else. I'm looking for us to somehow, we need to do something. Because I don't know about y'all, but this shit ain't working for me. This day-to-day grind, I just go, you just go to work and then you come home, pay bills, and then your ass still broke. Yes. This is horrible. We have so much money in this country. If we stop giving money away, maybe we can fund some of these programs and we can help other people in our country. Country first to me means America first to me means stop giving away money overseas. Stop giving away money overseas. Use that money to help our people here. You all hit the like button, please and thank you. Hit the like button coming in and out, please and thank you. Hit the like or the hate, whichever one you want to do, but hit one of them. I appreciate it. I appreciate you subbing, liking, sharing, all those beautiful things. We want to have some solutions. Sometimes we get into debate, sometimes we don't. Somebody call up and give me an idea. Give us an idea. What can we do? Okay? Money don't grow on trees. Of course, money don't grow on trees. But the whole point is, we got a lot of money that leaves the United States. We got a lot of money that leaves the United States. How do we make these people stop giving our money away? And then instead of giving our money away, use our money to make our country better. Are we going? Do you mean it when you say we want country first, or do we mean let's help them first? Right. That's the whole thing. How can we make them draw back from giving all this money away? Right. These are the questions that I have. You cut what's going on in our country. You cut the Medicaid, Medicare, Section 8, food stamps. You cut all of those things, and then all of a sudden more money is going over to Ukraine and Israel. Okay. What the hell is going on? It's like the wealthy people they don't have no worries at all. And the rest of us keep the money. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't seen no tax hike and no money, no raise, no nothing. Nothing that's gonna help us make more money. Nothing that's gonna help us live better. Why we can't get somebody to come in and regulate our housing prices, our rental prices? Why we can't get somebody to regulate that? Okay. Regulate housing. Why can't we get some program where every family who actually needs it, if you make X, Y, and Z, you can get food stamps. And if you can get food stamps, because that's the biggest bulk of our money. I know that's socialism. I know that. I know. But we already deal with a mix of capitalism and socialism. We already do. Okay. We already live with that whole program of socialism. I just read you the list of social programs that we already have. So we're already there. We won't 100% be there. We would never be 100% there. Okay. We have a mix. Right. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a mix of socialism and capitalism. Okay. But my thing is we have to make sure that those social programs work for everybody. You can't keep cutting the social program. You can't keep cutting the social programs because most people are not going to make it if you do that. Okay. You cutting Medicare and Medicaid is going to be the first step in making sure that there's people that are homeless that are going to be on the street. Okay. And the worst, what it's going to hit the most is going to hit it's going to hit the red states. It's going to hit the Republican-led states. That's where it's going to hit the most because the blue states supplement the red states. The Democratic states supplement most of the Republican states. Mm-hmm. And so who's going to get hurt the most from these benefits being cut is the Republican states. So I'm like, why y'all vote for your own? You vote against your own interests because Democrats supplement the red state, the Republican states. The Democrats do that. Like the Democrats, like all these states give the government money, give the federal government money. All the states give the federal government money. Just for example, California gives the government 10 eggs. They give them 10 eggs. But the Republican state only give 1 egg. But since they give the government money to distribute, the government gives the California people back 5 eggs. And the other 5 eggs that they give the Republican state 3 eggs instead of the 1 egg that they had already gave. So, what? There are more billionaire Democrats than Republicans. Yeah, well, yeah, there's more billionaire Democrats. Yes, I get all that. That's all it is. All you got to do is look this up. All the states give money to the federal government, and California funds a lot of states. Okay. And the Republican states, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Dakota, those kind of states, they only give one egg. California may give 10 eggs. Tennessee might give one egg. Okay. So California helps to supplement the Republican states. So does New York, so does Illinois, so does a lot of Democratic states. No, that's all you got to do is look it up, bro. Look it up. Do states supplement other states? That's all you got to do is type it in. Do states supplement other states? Okay. So yes, this thing happens. Okay. But my whole thing is this: we would be in better shape. Those states are going to have a problem. Those blue states, those Republican states are going to have a problem. Donor states. That's all you got to do is look up donor. That's right. Thank you, Duffy. Donor states. DONOR. Donor states. That's it. I don't, there's no proof. I don't need to prove that. You just look it up. I keep telling y'all, I'm just telling you facts. I'm not, just all you got to do is Google stuff. You ain't got to believe me. Just Google it. Okay. Some states pay more than others. Okay. And it just is what it is. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now we have that agreement. But if California, Illinois, New York, or whatever these donor states, if these donor states decided, okay, y'all don't want to, the government, federal government, don't want to give up no money, don't want to give us nothing, then we gonna keep all of our money. And then then there's gonna be some hurt around this country. Okay. Okay. Then there's gonna be hurt around this country. Muslim, you're the one saying show proof. I just told you to type in 2 words: donor states. You act like your fingers is broke. You act like you couldn't figure out that shit. Stop listening to people and type in Google yourself. Okay. So these social safety nets are all over, but they're primarily, they're going to be hit the hardest if they're taking away from the blue states. Okay. Yes, I get that. I do. I get that. Okay. 400 stores. We understand. Okay, here we go. Rainbow. Hello. Did you hear Starbucks? This Rainbow Kid, $5. Thank you, Rainbow Kid. Did you hear Starbucks laid all those people off, closing 400 stores? Yes, I did. People blaming China. No, don't blame China. Blame your president. No one is talking about the 50% Trump tariffs on the coffee. Blame your president. This is what your president has started. This is the kind of shit that's going to start to hit. Okay. This is the kind of stuff that's going to start to hit. Is that these tariffs are upending all of these businesses. Okay. And what did they just do? They just passed that bill, the big, beautiful bill, so they could give rich people money. When people are going to be out of job. Farmers is fucked. The farmers is just fucked. Okay. They just fucked. Okay. Yeah. Starbucks, they just fucked. Starbucks closed this, that, and the third. Yes. Hello, Edward. Hello. Had to do when he come in the office bail. Yeah, well, he had to come in and bail the auto industry out. Yes. Banking industry. They spent trillions on these bailouts. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But they a lot of them is ass out. Who cares about younger workers working in Starbucks? Not all younger workers are the only ones working in Starbucks. But what if those are all 20-some-year-old people, Black America, and they all get laid off? Okay? They all get laid off. Okay? Haven't y'all noticed that the unemployment rate has been ticking up? Why is the unemployment rate ticking up? Because people getting kicked off their jobs. Right. Of course they gave notice. Of course. Who else would we blame for the market? Osmos. Who else would we need to be blaming for the market? Why do people somebody put in the chat, why do businesses lay people off? Why do they lay people off? Somebody please explain that to Osmos. Why do people lay people off? Osmos, people ain't stopped getting packages. Packages ain't stopped going across the country. Packages ain't stopped having to be moved. People still need packages. So if a company that moves packages started laying people off, why did the people getting laid off? When they had 100 people, but now they got to lay off 20 people. Why they got to lay them people off when the packages still keep moving? They had to lay people off because of business got slow, because they didn't have enough business. Why didn't they have enough business? You didn't hear people anticipating these tariffs. Y'all didn't hear the people was anticipating when these tariffs kicked in that they didn't want to hire nobody. They was laying folks off. None of y'all heard nothing about that? Because these tariffs are devastating for people, for farmers. There's whole industries going out the door, finna go down the tubes. Whole industries. Okay. And nobody said it was completely Trump's fault. Nobody said that. But he contributed a lot to that. He contributed a lot to this whole situation. I don't want to say that he was the main factor. I don't want to say you the main factor, but he was the main factor. Yeah, it's the same. Laid off and fired, the same thing. Okay, and it's probably going to get worse. Okay, because food is going to continue to go up. Everything is going to continue to go up. Electronics and video games are going up because of the tariffs. Of course, all this stuff is going up because of the tariffs. This is some people are in denial of this. Ivan, I sometimes, y'all. Sometimes, y'all. I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all. Some of y'all, you need to really get off that track, because some of y'all be on that gay track, and then some of y'all be on this what is this? The immigrant track. You either hate the immigrants, hate the Muslims, hate the gays, hate the transformers. You hate one, two of those. Don't y'all ever be for something? Why is it that everybody against something? Why you don't ever be for something? Right? You got to be for something. You just can't be against something every day. Right? I'm against the gays. Don't nobody give a damn whether you care about the gays. Are you living your life compared to based? Do you walk out the door and then where the gay people? Where the gay people? Where the gay people? Where the gay people? You worry about the gay people. Why you worry about the gay people? You ain't gay. Every time I hear one of y'all talk, you talking about being against something. Oh, I'm against immigrants. I'm against the gays. I'm against the transformers. I'm against. Why you always against something? Why you ain't for something? For something. I'm for helping the homeless, the elderly, poor kids, the veterans. I'm for those things. What are you for? What are you for? And the first one of you yahoos say, oh, I'm for getting rid of the gays. Now I'm done with you. Because the gays don't even bother you. I don't even understand. What are you for? That's how you're supposed to vote. What are you for? Because I heard a lot of people say, oh, the Democrats started liking the gays. Or the Democrats started liking the Transformers. I had to go over to the Republicans because the Democrats started liking the gays. You stop what? You what? What are you for? Stop talking about what you're against. What are you for? And what political party helps you with that, Black America? Families. What political party helps you with that? That's wild. What is that for? I mean, you can't be against everything all the time. You can't be against something all the time. You got to be for something. What the fuck are you living for if you ain't for something? Yes, Duffy, so am I. So Z953, so am I. Dark Omega, we already have socialism already. We already have socialism. What are you talking about? We have about 15 programs right now that are socialism. The police department is socialism. Fire department is socialism. Social Security is socialism. Food stamps is socialism. What are you talking about? It's not horrible. Socialism is Russia. That's total and complete socialism. Most countries are a mixture of social capitalism and socialism. Most countries are. And I don't understand what you're talking about. Now you're against social programs. I said, what are you for? I asked you what you're for. I didn't ask you what you're against. We all know y'all don't like gay people, immigrants, transformers. Some of y'all don't like black people. Some of y'all don't like white people. I know what you don't like. I asked you to put in the chat what you do. What are you for? What do you stand for? Or maybe people don't stand for nothing. I tell everybody every night, I'm for the elderly, our veterans, poor kids, disabled people. 4 things I am for. What are you for? What do you stand up for? Don't give me the bullshit about gay people. Please don't give me the bullshit about that. What are you for? Okay? Because you got to be for something. And for women. And for women. Okay? Some of y'all wild. American God. So God. Yes, American Dark Omega. Yes, they are social programs, sir. That is socialism. That's what social program. That's what they are. They're socialism. Come on, please, 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 please. When I say something, don't believe me. Please look it up on Google. Please look it up on Chat GPT. Please look it on the up on things, please. But don't come back here spitting talking points about what it's not when you haven't looked it up, because you haven't looked it up. Please. That's what that means. These are all social programs. Fire department, police department, Social Security, SSI, food stamps, WIC, all that stuff is social programs, sir. It's socialism. And we all have a combination of it. Most countries do. Okay? So when people say, well, you Democrats are socialists, no, we're not socialists. That's not how that works. Okay? That's not how that works. I put in the chat. What did I put in? I put in the chat the link. I got the phone number and I got the link up here. This lady last cut is the truth. This they spend our tax dollars on illegal immigrants. No, they don't spend our tax dollars on illegal immigrants, Ivan. You need to look things up. Please, please look things up. Please, please, please. I've heard the argument about people having getting food stamps X, Y, and Z. All these immigrants. Those are state programs. State programs give the illegal aliens stuff like that. Not the federal government. The state that you live in gives illegal people stuff. When you hear about them getting stuff, that's the state that's doing it. It's illegal for the federal government to give them WIC, food stamps, shelter, all of that stuff. It's illegal for the federal government to do it. It's a state program that is giving them the food stamps, the WIC, the money, da 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 da. Okay, please look it up, please. There's a Democratic Socialist Party in the United States. Let me know what it is, because I damn sure don't want to belong to it. I belong to the regular Democratic Party. I don't know what you talking about. It's not 20 illegal immigrants. It's not 20 million. It's only 13 million illegal immigrants. 13 million. 13 million. Ivan, stop spreading bullshit. You don't have proof. We know that's a lie. Stop saying it. It's only 13 million. You can hear even Fox News with their propaganda ass will say 13 million. And who do you listen to? Only the voices in your head don't work. Okay? You're bullshit. Ivan. Ciao. Come on. There's Google, there's Grok, there's Google search, there's Chat GPT. That's all you gotta do is look it up. That's it. Okay. Hello, Z9, Honk, Ivan, Jessica. Yes. So listen, so it's propaganda, so you listen to what fits your narrative. No, I don't listen to what fits my narrative. I have my own narrative. I just spit the facts. You spitting the propaganda. Maybe you need to look. And I wouldn't even be spitting propaganda if you looked stuff up. If you said, okay, that bitch is lying. This is what I would say. I walked into a room and this chick was talking shit. I'd be like, okay, this bitch is lying. So let me look this shit up. She just said X, Y, and Z. Let me look this shit up. Did you do that? Or you sitting here talking about I'm making a narrative up. Did you do that? Or you just don't want to read? Or you just don't have no, I don't talk like. What are you talking about then? This all you got to do is go look that shit up, bro. What are you talking about? Don't tell me I'm lying and you ain't willing to put your hands on the keyboard and look the shit up. Come on now. Work with me here. Shit, I can't do your damn work. I can't walk to the fucking store for you. Anthony, it's against the law for the federal government to give them food stamps, WIC, and all of that stuff. It's against the law. It's against the federal law. Well, we know they're not supposed to be here, Ivan, but you try to get rid of 13 million freaking people. You try to get rid of 13 million people. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. And they're not going anywhere because your daddy Trump got a phone call from X, Y, and Z. And X, Y, and Z, they're not draining our system. They give more to our system than they get out our system. See, you stop. I'm going to stop engaging y'all because y'all don't read. Because if you refuse to look, they done made it so damn simple. You can Google from Google, bro. You can Google from Google, bro. Come on, you can Google from Google. All I'm saying is don't demonize socialism because we already have it here. We want to make it better. We want to make it stronger. You're only as strong as your weakest link. If we got all these people homeless, can't get no food, living on the streets, That don't make America. We one of the richest countries in the world. What the hell? I'm embarrassed when people say shit like that. Oh, y'all got homeless people. How the fuck we got homeless people and we one of the richest countries in the world? How the fuck we got homeless people? We have socialist programs, honk. Socialist programs. That's all we're saying. So one example makes the rule. If I do find what you're asking me to find, I'm asking you to find Jack. I'm asking you to prove what I said was a lie. And I didn't say no lie. I just said you need to look it up. Wait a minute, Black America, I know you didn't say homeless people need to go to jail. Why would homeless people need to go to jail? Why would homeless people need to go to jail? That's just like saying homeless people need to be that what that damn reporter said on Fox News. What? It's called government aid. It's called social programs, dark social programs. Okay. That's what they are. They're social program. That's a mixture of socialism and capitalism. When you have a mixture of social programs and capitalistic behavior, it's called social programs. Okay, Dark. I'm not gonna argue with you. You know what the hell you talking about. You to say something I'm not. Yeah, Black America. Didn't they need to be in jail? Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, hold on, Black America. I'm sorry. They said they can't hear you. Hold on. I forgot to put you on the screen. I'm sorry. Okay. Now start over, Black America. Can y'all hear him now? Keep talking.
Check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2.
Okay.
They hear me?
Yeah, y'all can hear him now? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead, Black America.
All right. What I said is they need homeless people that are not working. That is the caveat. Homeless people that are not working, they are usually on drugs. So that will help them go dry up. In jail, they can learn programs, they can learn uh, jobs, they can go through learning and GED and get taught trades and all sorts of things. The
So
people that are crazy,
what if they're mentally ill? But
the
that still
people
don't
that
they
are
still don't need to
the
go to jail
the
though, Black America.
the
That's wild.
the people the people that are crazy, they need to be remanded to jail and or prison, so we don't have the same thing that happened to the little girl on the what was that, the train or the bus where that crazy boy stabbed her.
She was on the train, I
He
think.
where he So those people, they might need to stay incarcerated. I, I'm not for this being too nice to the crazy people, HQ. I'm not for that. If you
You just
have
did you just say they but why would you say
if
they
you
need to
have
go
a
to jail though?
because they need to be somewhere where they cannot hurt others and they can't hurt themselves.
Yeah, but they don't deserve to go to jail. I mean, we need
You
more
It
housing
doesn't
and
matter
we need more housing and
housing for what, so they can live. So Wait a minute. So housing for what? So they can break in your house and do something to you? Really?
Yeah, but just because
No,
it doesn't mean they're
no. Those
criminally.
people either need to be in jail or they need to be euthanized. They they
Euthanized. Did
they
you
should
just say
not
people?
be
Did you
roaming.
just say that homeless people need to be broke off dirt naps? Did you what?
I'm trying to give you a solution.
You just
I'm
said that
trying to give you a
homeless people
solution.
need to get broke off, get killed, or euthanized.
I I I use the word euthanize. Thank you very much. Hey, I
Wow.
wouldn't want anything to happen. I wouldn't want anything to happen to anybody because we're seeing too much of these things happen, and people could. It's actually preventable stuff. It's preventable stuff, but these people aren't locked up. That black dude was locked up 14 times, but they kept letting him out because he was crazy.
Because we don't have
He should have
specific
been
mental institutions in order for them to be housed. If we had more
okay.
mental institutions, all of these empty government
So
buildings that we have around the country, we could literally fund these places for these people who have these issues. We could literally do that.
okay, so why not? Why would we do that and charge extra money when we could euthanize them? If their
Why
family
you
that
keep saying euthanizing people? What? What? Black America, what?
listen, listen, that black gentleman that did that to the little white heifer, he had been in jail 14 times. He had also attacked his mother and his sister. Why was he allowed to be on the street?
We don't have any way, we don't have a specific, we don't have a policy put into place for people who have mental illness to go into facilities because we closed those facilities a long time ago. If we had those facilities, if we had monitoring of Medicaid, if we had more resources than the wow. Wow.
HQ,
You said
it's not
euthanize.
safe.
Oh.
It's not safe for him to be out in public with you. This is me protecting you, and you don't like it. This is the problem. When somebody is trying to protect you, you guys can either say yes or no from the back seat. That's it's not right. And that's once again, that was my whole thing earlier. Me and you are family. You are my family. If something happens to you, it is going to devastate me. So guess what? If this if my protection can't run over you, then what am I gonna do? You want to keep on going into the crazy house like Freddy Krueger mom and get raped by 100 maniacs? It's not okay, HQ.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
said
great.
euthanize the homeless.
I said put them in jail if they're not working. In jail, we will then
Hey,
be
you're
able to assess
violating.
them.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait a minute. You're
hold on, hold on,
violating their
hold on, hold on,
rights.
hold on.
You're violating rights.
What rights do dogs have rights?
They ain't dogs in Black America. They not dogs. What are you talking about? What?
Humans are animals, HQ. Humans are animals. We are no different than
Do
a
anybody
dog
got an
or a
argument
sheep.
for this? Because anybody got an argument for this?
It,
I'm
it,
like, what?
it, it, is anybody disagreeing? I can't. I can't see the chat. Is anybody disagreeing with what I'm saying?
I want somebody to come up and disagree with that. What's going on? Or no, somebody call in after he gets done. This is a discussion. He said euthanize. That's wild. That's
If they if
wild,
they don't if they don't want to learn a trade, if they don't want to get off drugs,
right?
if they don't want to learn a trade, then what good are they? They are the weakest link, right? They're a handicap.
But that,
And you keep using that term wrong. HQ, when we use that term, you're only as strong as your weakest link. You know what that means?
what does that?
You cut the weakest link out. You get rid of it. That's what that saying actually means. It doesn't mean you keep trying to work with it and let it keep breaking. You break it off and get rid of it. And you move on. You don't drag a dead body around.
Ouch.
You cut
Yeah,
you
come on,
cut
yeah, come
dead
on the
weight.
panel if you can come on the panel. Come on the panel, Black America, because
All right.
that's a wild
All
stand.
right. I'm
Come on up
I'm
here.
I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna come up. Give me a minute. All
Okay.
right.
Please come up here. Please come up
What?
here.
Did he say euthanize the homeless?
I I Black America reminds me of my uncles. So I got tremendous respect for black. But that
That's
is he gotta be
wild.
trolling. He gotta be trolling. That
Said that.
cannot be real.
What? Wait a minute. What did you just say? What?
HQ, do you know what that sound like?
Woo. What?
When the last time people got euthanized in a mass order like that?
The Nazis.
Thank you. 1930s Germany. That is such a dangerous because then what's the next step? Okay, poor people, violent people, people with felons,
Right.
people who are too poor to work, and we're
Mm.
just gonna euthanize everybody who not working class citizens, and then fuck it, we're gonna euthanize everybody who ain't white. Like that's
Woo.
just such a rabbit hole
Oh,
of
that's just
trauma.
that even kind of scared me when I heard it. I was like, what? What?
That's a trauma mindset. That's a mind that needs some healing. I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't understand what you mean, Dark Omega. I don't know what you mean. I see you saying socialist and communist, and those who believe in them have committed more fascist acts than any other. Yeah, this president has committed more fascist acts than anybody else that I know of. I get all that. You just need to watch what he's doing right now, and then you'll see it. But my whole point is that, whoa, I mean, I believe if we hospitalize these people, we can hospitalize these people. Why couldn't we hospitalize these people? I understand where he's going. I understand the mindset. I understand the uh wanting to get people off the street. But you can't ignore you can't ignore their rights. They got rights just like everybody else. You have to follow the law when it comes to them being committed. You just can't do what you want with another human being because they homeless. That's not against the law.
And it's such a mixed package of people who are on the street. You got drug addicts, you got vets, you got disabled people, you got mental ill people, you got people who just down on their luck for the moment, and you got people that just choose to be homeless. California is filled with communities of people who would rather live on the streets, and they actually build communities. So that's
Right.
not a one size fit all type of problem. You got to address the different it's different problems because there's different reasons why people are on the streets. So,
Right.
the people who are vets need their own solution. The people who are suffering from mental health need their own solution. And the
Mm-hmm.
biggest majority of people are drug addicts. And that's a product of big pharma. That's a product of all these opioids. That's a product that was a systematic thing done. So
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
this capitalistic society thrives on having poor people. And I did look up examples of socialism in America, and they went in to say exactly what you said. We have a mixed economy with socialist programs such as SNAP, WIG, yada yada. Exactly what you said. So I don't know what they be in it's bots in the chat.
I said, look it up. I'm not just trying to give you information. I'm not just trying to lie to you. We have we most of us have been born into this system where we have these programs. This is just standard. This is every day. We wake up and we know that we got food stamps. We know we got X, Y, and Z. Right? Take all of that away. Take all of this free stuff away. Take all of the stuff away where you gotta pay for stuff. Where you gotta pay for everybody gotta pay for medical. If you don't have enough money, you can't pay for medical. If people gotta pay for food, they don't get food stamps. They don't get food stamps, they die. They just starve. Take all of these social programs away. There's a reason why we have these social programs so that nobody has to go to school hungry. Nobody has to, you can go to a pantry. You can get food stamps. We have policemen. These are social programs. I don't
HQ,
understand.
why do so many typically Republican and typically white people have a problem with immigrants getting food stamps and getting government assistance, which I can understand if you wasn't able to get government assistance and you needed it and the immigrants was getting it over you. But most white people are the biggest users of government assistance. They government assistance is not being affected by immigrants, but they be mad when they see an immigrant with food stamps and they're in line using food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
That's very weird to me.
Yeah, it's because it's the crab mentality. I don't want to see you doing better than me. I don't want to see, and I'm the white person in this country, and same thing with black people. Black people feel the same way when they see immigrants, black people or white people.
Hmm.
They get irate when they say, "Oh, they giving them food stamps. They giving them immigrants money. They giving them
Yeah,
letting them sit up in hotels and shit like that. What?
it's a
Why I can't get this shit?
It sounds, yeah, it's an entitlement thing. And Pat Jager, racist favorite phrase is per capita, dog. That's a racist favorite phrase. Per capita, per capita. Yeah, white people
Right.
assault children the most out of anybody in the country per capita.
And
Motherfucker,
it's like,
you
look, this country is in abundance. The immigrants are not taking away from you.
and they only consider Mexicans, Haitians, and
Mhm.
Venezuelans immigrants. They never talk about Norwegians. They
They
never
don't know
talk
how many
about
are
the
here.
we got a heavy we got a heavy
Italian, you got
population
a
of
population of
That
Italians,
Italians,
they're putting
Czech.
those out too, though, guys. They're putting those out
You
too,
don't
though,
hear
guys. You
nobody
guys, you
talking
can't
about
be
them people.
you don't hear them talking about it, but you can't be disingenuous about it.
yeah, I'm
It's
good.
been it's been a long running thing that we all know as Americans that Canadians are the most illegal people here in the country.
Yeah,
That's
because
what
they
I was
speak
just
just like
telling HQ, but
yeah,
they don't never talk about the Canadian border. They don't
right.
have police. Bro, I live in Michigan. There's nobody at the Canadian border, and that's where most of the drugs come from. Canada, through
Right,
Washington or through Michigan, bro.
right,
And they never talk about the Canadian border. And the
right.
Canadian border is the
But
easiest
see,
way for
but see
terrorists
now,
to get
but
in.
see, but see, but see now you're being disingenuous, bro. And
How?
I'm gonna tell you why. Let me
Why?
tell you why. Because
Y'all hold on.
that for that for many years was my field. I used to take stuff to Flint, Michigan, and what I would pay for $200, I would go over there and sell it for 12 to 1500. It's not so. It's not like that, and it's never been like that. So you can't say that, Ty. Like I said, that's I went to a federal prison for doing those things, bro. Federal.
What you
I wasn't no killer boy, no nothing like
what I say wrong,
that. That they're bringing drugs in from Canada. They're not bringing
bro?
in drugs from
What they bringing in?
Canada. If it is, it's small time. It's small time stuff.
Dude, I live, I
Do
live, I
so.
that's I
So
got people
so
that
check it
still
out.
locked up from bringing in
So
prescription pills. You know how easy it is to get a chick
yeah,
in Canada and get
that's
pills
pres-
and lean.
that's
That's the,
prescription
but
pills,
that's
and
the main drug.
but they're
That's what's
not
been
bringing it
selling
in
more.
by the ton. They're not
Huh?
bringing it in by the ton. Type this is what could happen. I could take you You come to Vegas, I take you down across the border, right over here where I'm at, right, 4 hours away, and there's 100 pharmacies, and we could go to 100 pharmacies and spend all the money you want, and you could get everything you want. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Across, right, just right across the border, you want tabs, you want Zanny bars, you whatever you want. You're talking about somebody that's bringing in I'm talking about people that's bringing over tons. You
Yeah,
understand?
when you talking
So
about
it's a
that type
huge
of
difference.
when you talking about that type of drug in particular, I agree with you, of course, because that's where that vicinity come from. But what's the biggest boom in drugs over the last 15, 20 years is opioids. It's prescription pills, it's prescription lean, codeine, and all of that stuff, bro. And I'm just saying, people going and getting a lot of shit. They ain't just going to get a prescription or two. They getting jars and jars and jars of whatever they need over
Right.
time and bringing it in. I'm not saying that Canada is pushing dope like Mexico, but it is a problem, and it has been pumping opioids through Michigan and Ohio. Ohio so bad that they gotta have them down things in the bathroom in case somebody overdosing. And the pipeline is from Canada. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm from that way too, bro. And I'm from that way in the 2000s. So that's what our hustle was. It wasn't, them old school drugs. It was pills and lean.
Mm.
And I used to live in San Bernardino. I used to be on that out there. I used to live in Houston, Texas. That was the first place I ever moved was Houston, Texas. I had my first apartment in San Bernardino, California. So
Mm.
I'm tapped
Yeah,
in
yeah,
with that
yeah.
community
Right.
everywhere.
Like I say, and I understand that, but it's just the massive amounts. It's completely different.
Yeah,
It,
because
it
they
it's
grow it and it's a different way.
right.
But that
And
drug that's not been the most prominent and popular drug. So the
Mm.
demand, and you can't go to Mexico to get the most prominent popular drug of the time right now.
well, I mean, so yes, opioids is a huge problem, but um, the whole thing about it is it wouldn't be a problem if people weren't using it. See, that's my problem. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I went to prison, I knew I could not do anything wrong. It's not because prison was horrible, it's because I loved it. I loved prison. And my dad said, if you like something that much, you should not be doing it.
And that's why you could get on here and say they need to euthanize homeless people, bro. That's a trauma mind. That's just
What do you mean trauma? It's not trauma, bro. You don't People have a choice and people have free will. If those people continue to make bad decisions, so once again, I used to breed dogs, right? I gave my
Mhm.
daughter a dog. I gave my daughter a dog one time. And then she was like, Daddy, I don't want the dog no more. So me and the old lady went and picked up the dog. The dog had been by himself eating for too long. So when I bring him to the house and he was still small, he trying to tear up everything in the yard, right? He trying to fight everything.
Mm-hmm.
I got 100-pound razorbacks in my backyard, just ready to tear everything up. So I had to give him away because I couldn't break him from trying to fight with these other dogs. You you sometimes you have to cut the bad things off.
But did you
We
take
as
him in the
black people,
backyard and kill him though?
no, I gave him away. I love dogs. We gave him away. She found the number one, found somebody to give him to. What I'm telling you is, we as black people, we try to hold on to these our people, our cousins, our friends that will never get right and aren't doing better for themselves. And they're always going to be they're going to hold us back as a people. These
Yeah, but
people,
you
we
said,
need to cut these people out of
That's
our
a
life.
but
that's a
you said
very
euthanize.
small percentage of people, bro. It's a common thing because we all kind of come from the same place. For the majority, if you over 30 years old, you pretty much come from the same place. But
Mhm.
most of these kids are being born in the suburbs. The black community, from since I was born in 1990, bro, the black community is doing 50% better now than it was in the 90s. And that's the thing, dude. We got to have empathy for each other because when you understand our history, you can have empathy and love and respect for our
Right.
people. Yeah, everybody not gonna get along to be along, so I don't gotta hang around them all day, but they still need to be some respect for the situation that put them in a circumstance.
And so
And
what happens when they keep on messing up, Tom? What
so
happens
I
when they
mean,
keep
bro,
on continuing
of
messing
course
up?
you do what you can, but you do what you can, but you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know
Right.
what I do, bro? I kick it with my homies. They see me doing good. That's always gonna be an inspiration because no matter what nobody say, black men, young black men in the hood, need to see you doing good to feel like they should emulate that. That's why it was so much dope selling because those were the people who look like they had money. When I
Mhm.
come around and I'm looking good and I'm
And
looking
that's my
clean,
problem.
hold on, and I'm looking clean and I got my Cardis on and I got
Mhm.
my nice ride looking clean and they come and talk to me, I tell them, yeah, bro, the best thing I ever did was get a trade. They ask me where I go. I give them the information. I got my contacts there. Hit them up. Let me know when you hit them up, and I hit them up too, and let them know you my people. And that's
Mhm.
what you do, bro. You don't just stay away and get the fuck on and never come around.
No, that's not what I top bro. You know kind of what I do, bro. You know I'm on the set. You know I'm all that in a bag of chips when it comes to these streets, right? Do you know that? Like
Bro,
I'm
like I said, you like my uncle, bro. You like two
right.
or three of my uncles. Like you can fit
Okay,
right in.
y'all. Yeah, what? You chime in, Nor Ali. Nor, what do you
um,
chime
yeah,
in?
Go ahead.
I get what they saying.
Hold
Brotherly
on.
love. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Brotherly love and stuff like that. I'm from Philly, so
Mhm.
I get it. But it's brotherly slugs. So you can't conflate the two. Um, me and you had a back and forth, but I agree with a lot of stuff that you were saying. But bro, you talk about euthanizing. It's almost like you don't even understand the word that you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like you's the one coming up here and saying this, that, the third. Then now after euphanizing, now y'all talking the good. And then back to the conversation that was at hand. The problem that I had with it was um
Yeah.
we keep forgetting about I don't care about politics. I'm Muslim. I said that in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Muslim. I don't care about politics. We need to go back to God. We know right from wrong, good and evil.
Right.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We know we had Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had a bunch. They bombed it. We had the Black Panthers. We had the Move movement in Philadelphia and West Philly when they bombed it. We was doing fine when we was doing what we was wanted to do. No politics, no nothing. We are
I
governed. Our
can can I
We are
interject?
governed.
Can I interject right there
No,
though?
no, you
Can I
can't.
ask you?
No, no, no.
Can
Real
I
quick,
ask
real
you
quick.
what's the difference
All right.
between now and the difference between then? That's all I want. That's all I want you to answer is what's the difference between now and the difference between then with black men and black women? What is the difference? Go ahead.
The, I don't think it's I don't say it's a difference, but it's a difference with like taking care of ourselves, our own families and stuff like that. The black women and
There
black
you go.
men
So now
thing.
what?
No, no, no. Oh,
So
wait,
now
wait,
what is
wait,
a
wait.
family?
No, no,
What
no,
is a
no.
family?
Cause you put
What
a
is a family?
caveat in there. You put a caveat in there. Thought I was gonna take it. You said black men and black women. I don't have that masculinity, femininity war. You thought you was getting off real quick. You said black women and black men at the end. I addressed your first point. Now you want to have something to say off my first point when you didn't even realize that you said that black women and black men thing. I'm not going through that. What I'm going through is
I absolutely
hold up.
realize I said it. That is the difference. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead though. My
Okay,
bad.
but I don't think that's the difference per se. I think that the difference is, we not even. All right, I'm gonna keep it so real. You probably ain't gonna like it. And I'm gonna keep it so real. Us as a black community, we know who the killers are. We know who the robbers are. We know the guys that's beating up on their wives. We know all these dudes that's your friends, maybe not yours, but in the community altogether. We know exactly who everybody is. And y'all fucking weak ass men. Y'all don't check them niggas. I do. So I'm hold myself accountable first. Y'all don't check them niggas. Y'all be bitching.
Hey,
Y'all,
bro.
I ain't done. Niggas come online acting like philosophers and educators, this, that, the third. And if you was there, y'all niggas move out. Y'all ain't trying to be in the trenches and actually gotta check the fucking drug dealer that you know is selling to your own community. I'm not talking to nobody on the panel. I don't know y'all. When I say y'all, I'm just talking about in general. Because how the fuck we only 13, 15% of the population and we commit over
All
50%
right.
of the crowd
Yeah, you done.
violent crimes?
Respectfully, are you a man?
No,
What you
I
say?
think it's a woman. I think
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
woman.
Are
See
you
what
a
I'm
man
saying?
or
You
are
see what I'm
you?
saying?
You kind of sound like a stud, but 13% of the population don't commit 50% of the crime. You're done. You
Okay,
talking
okay,
racist,
okay. No,
talking
no, no. Hold,
points.
hold up, hold up, hold up.
That's not the
But this,
truth at
but
all.
I'm not. I'm gonna let you finish. But whether I sound like a woman or not, if the facts is the facts, and that's
Those
one
wasn't
thing.
facts though.
Well,
You didn't say any
no,
facts.
it's actually facts. But this is one thing about our community, because actually, I talk like that
You
because I
still
used to
don't sound
say.
like a man, bro.
Actually, listen,
Yeah,
listen,
that
listen,
that
listen,
that
listen,
was
Hold
listen,
I
on,
horrible.
listen.
got
hold on,
studs
Noah,
on
Listen,
hold on.
too.
listen,
Everybody
because
hold on. Everybody hold
You
on.
can
Noah,
smell the
because
hold
I
on.
was just
Noah,
you
Noah,
can
hold
smell the
on. Hold on.
rubber coming
just
from your
hype.
drawers, man.
Hold on. Dark Omega. What do you have to say on the point? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Dark Omega. You said you was waiting.
All right, so I'm just going to be clear. I really can't say nothing about that community because I'm not a part of the community. Yes, I'm a white dude, so I'm going to keep myself out of that.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir, for being stand up about that. Now I appreciate that.
Now, Ty Pro, what did you have to say?
Well, first of
I
all,
mean,
con-
is that fair? Does that mean that
yeah, that's
is
cool,
that
bro.
fair?
You could chime in from a respectful point of view, and I appreciate you making it known where you at before you jump into the convo. So that's love and respect.
I know.
Yeah,
Where did you get this 50% black?
yeah,
50%.
13% of the population do not commit 50% of the crime. But black Americans are more than, I think it's about 62% likely to be arrested for a crime that they did not commit per the FBI. 13% of the population do not commit 50% of the crime. Actually, white males commit more than 50% of the crime. Those statistics are skewed and those are anti-black talking points. If you want to read FBI website, we can read the FBI website. It says that we are arrested for 15%, 50% of the crimes. And out of those 50% of crimes, 50% of those are overturned convictions. We are not convicted for 50% of crimes. We are not 50% of the population.
Cook, top bro, cook.
Only 1% of the black community is incarcerated. And out of that 1%, only half of that 1% is incarcerated for violent crimes per the FBI website.
Not half. I think they said it was like 20% are for
Uh,
violent crimes,
Violent, yeah, it
but
was,
but
yeah.
but but out of the entire black population, I'm gonna put it to you like this: out of the entire black population, the 44, 45 million of us, there are 700,000 black people. That's including men, women, and children incarcerated. Okay, so what Ty Pro said was 100% right. And all you got to do is type in Google how many black people are incarcerated, and it will come right up. Okay. So these are things that are all verified. But HQ, this is the problem when people get on their own side and they start hearing the bad information and disinformation.
This is the
Because
information that we heard from Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was saying
But
50% of
he
the
was a
but
liar.
but but we already know that Charlie Kirk don't like black people, so we can't take what he say with a grain of salt. That's
right.
You can only take that stuff he say with a grain of salt. 700,000 black men, women, and children are in correctional facilities all across this country. It's not. It's not millions of. It in total. It's 1.9 million people in prison. It's
I see
seven
what you're
hundred
doing.
thousand. It's 700,000 black people, men, women, and children.
And
You
I
see
I'm
see.
what I mean?
I see what you're doing. Like you're taking the number that I said, and now you putting it across the whole population. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about within the black community.
what are you talking about then? Because you
What
said
within?
thirteen
Listen,
percent. You said
13%.
13% of the population, not the black community.
What I hope you would have thought that's what I was talking about. But
Well,
I
we
see. No, no,
thirteen
wait, wait,
percent
wait,
of
wait.
the entire
I'm a
population.
preface myself. I'm a preface myself because how you didn't see it, I didn't just. I just realized what my guy was just saying. So you know what I mean. Like now I get it. You know what I mean. Now you know what I'm saying. Within our own community, we see it. The violent crime in our community. I don't give a damn about nobody else's community. Since we just talking about us, it's way more. But now, if you want to talk about per capita, and it's like, white people probably like damn near probably like what 60% now. They're not even that with all the immigrants and all the other people here, this, that, and the third. But I'm talking about our community, bro. What we need to do. We keep worrying about politics. We keep worrying about Democrat, Republican, Independent, this, that, and the third. Charlie Kirk got fucking killed by a white dude. Fuck, we talking about that for? We got our own problems.
I think you the only one that mentioned him. Like I really didn't mention him, but I
No,
understand
before
wholeheartedly
you
what
start
you.
talking, they already said that Charlie Kirk
Yeah,
this that, and the
okay.
third.
Well, my bad for putting that jacket on you. But the whole thing, and I understand wholeheartedly what you're saying, but you also have to realize these drug dealers, killers, gorillas. These
Right.
are people. These are people that make up our community. And
I
for you,
I got a
hold
rebuttal for
on,
that.
hold on one second
I
though. And
got
for
you.
you, and for you to come at me, like if I was in the streets and you were to say something to me, it's I got a lake here and I got a whole lot of desert. There's
Right.
nothing that you can do and or say to me because this is my job. And then
My bad. I'm
if you're
disrespecting.
taking if you're taking food out, I got 16 children. You taking food out of my kid's mouth, it's either going to be me or you.
I get it.
And it's going and 100% of the time it's going to be you. So as men, I understand why men don't do that because men aren't going out of their way to harm men. But if me and Tide Pro or me and Omega Dark or whatever the other brother name is, we will actually, when we get into a fight with each other, there's 100% chance of possibility of one of us killing each other. Every time we get into a fight, there's 100% chance. Not saying it happens all the time, but there's 100% chance of one of us
Could,
being eliminated.
but it'll probably be with
So,
hands. But now this is what I'm gonna say. I had to rebut before I forget. I
Well,
think the
I
hold
would
on,
like
hold on.
to
I
think
think
you
the
and me are a
problem
little
that
bit more
people forget
civilized
though.
than that.
Right, now, hold on, real quick. I think that people like what you just said. Um, when I was coming up, I'm 40, so I was born in the 80s, raised up in the 90s. We had rules: no women, no children. And then Even if something we was outside and something happened and stuff like that, even if they was drug dealers, bro, they morals is a little different than we talking about YNs. YNs is the uncles now. We not talking about them. We talked about when we was growing up. Well, when I was growing up in Philadelphia, the guys that was the drug dealers, if something was going on with them, they'd tell Eric, yo, go in the house. Go in the house. We go in the house. No women, no children.
I
Period.
understand that.
So
I
hold up,
understand that. But
you
are
made
are
no,
these
but
young
you made
ladies listening now?
bro, you made a point of trying to correlate it. It don't correlate. You trying to correlate the 90s to now. It don't correlate. We had rules and regulations. They don't
Yeah,
have
well,
none
because I'm
now, bro.
old. Because I'm old, but I'm still in the streets on a daily basis.
You
I'm not
old
one
and
of
you in
these.
the streets at a daily
I'm
basis? You mentoring. All right, I got you.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I got stuff to lose now, so I'm not around here doing what I used to do. So my whole game has changed up. So what I'm saying is, I like to use this analogy all the
Okay.
time, and this is for everybody to hear. What's the difference between today's rappers and yesteryear rappers? Does anybody know?
To me, I think I know.
The content of what they talking
Yeah,
about.
content,
No,
But
stories,
no,
their mama,
no,
like
no, not
it
at
ain't.
all. Snoop
But
Dogg was gang banging. NWA came out. Ice T, Colors.
that was the
Everybody was
'80s, bro.
doing. Yeah, well, I'm old, right?
So you
We
trying to
only had
correlate again?
no. Listen, we only had one rapper die, and that was from AIDS. All of these young rappers, they're getting killed off every 2 or 3 months. It's
Facts.
because they're not. It's because they're not married. LL
What?
Cool J.
They not married?
Listen, they're not. Name me a young rapper that's married. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'm gonna
No,
go on mute.
pay,
You
look.
find one that's
payroll
It
married.
ain't got
Giovanni.
nothing to do with them being married. It has to do with them not having two parents in the home, like I was saying the whole time.
Payroll Giovanni married. T Grizzly married. I
Bro,
can only
those aren't real rappers, bro. They can't
See,
go
here you
sell out
go.
a
See,
stadium.
and that's the
They can't go.
disingenuous
They
thing.
can't. They
Listen,
can't go
that's the
sell out a
listen,
stadium.
bro. That's the disingenuous thing. When I don't know how old you are, I said I'm 40. When I was
I'm
coming
in my
up,
fifties.
listen, when I was coming up, my parents didn't say that, but I had other parents, Coogee Rap, and all these goo. Oh, we don't know what this is. Tupac and them come. This, that, and the third. They died. Now the 2000s come. Oh, they trash. You had the young boy talk about Nas is trash, and you
I,
got the look.
I'm
You
from
got the
that
look,
era,
wait,
and
wait,
I
wait.
say Nas is
Look,
trash.
look, I got you. I got the NBA players. They talk about Paul George is the GOAT of basketball. Times change, bro.
all right,
I, I, all
let me
right,
just speak on
go
what you
ahead.
were saying,
Time
It's
bro.
out.
trash though.
Let me speak on what you were saying. So we can blame rap music to a degree for what's going on in the inner cities, but we really can't because you can't. There's other forms of violence in this country, a lot of forms of violence. We got over 300 mass shootings this year
Mhm.
alone. That means we'd had over one mass shooting a day in this year alone. You can't find a form of entertainment to blame that on. You can't really
Right.
blame violence on entertainment. And yes, there is an agenda, and you could call it a conspiracy if you want
They
to,
doing it on the fly.
but but there is an agenda in the type of rap music that's being pushed because Black Pain has been for profit since before the blues. Black
Seriously.
Pain has been for profit since minstrel shows during slavery and blackface.
Hmm.
So you can't really too much put the onus on rappers and what's going on. The problem is in impoverished neighborhoods. It's kind of like what I was trying to speak to earlier. These
Todd,
neighborhoods,
black
these
people was poor. Black people was poor
okay.
before, and this wasn't
So
happening,
this
Todd.
this this what
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm about to
That's what I'm
speak to
trying to
that.
tell you.
The neighborhoods of the
I think that's your
'80s,
ignorance though. You think black
the
people was poor.
neighborhoods that are impoverished during the 80s, 90s. I was born in 1990. Those are the gang, even the gang culture in these
It's different.
impoverished neighborhoods are all products of what was going on in the 60s and
Facts. Facts.
revolutions. This is a product of FBI and CIA infiltrating our communities and
Red
decimating them.
dogs.
This is this is a product of our communities being attacked by the government. You from Philly, I can't remember your name, but I can't see your name, but you're from Philly. Philly was bombed by the army. Philly was bombed
I said
by the
that. It
army.
was called the Move movement.
Triple X was speaking on that a little while ago.
Yeah.
Chicago was attacked by Chicago PD. All the
Right.
revolutionaries was decimated in these areas of concentration that are now the ghettos were the areas of black revolution. Then they were flooded with drugs by the CIA. So there
Right.
is a it then came rap. Rap was literally the answer to all of that. That's why you had like Public Enemy and
Yeah.
Cool
That's how I
Mo
said Cool
D
G
and
Rap,
KRS and all of
uh
that.
Cool J,
This
Kumo
was the
D.
new this
Can
was the new revolution, and
Right.
just like the old
may I
revolution was
interject?
co-op, the new revolution was co-op. Go
Hey,
ahead.
hey, let him talk,
Yeah,
Todd, because he ain't said
Go
nothing.
ahead for sure.
go ahead, Dark. Go ahead, Dark.
This isn't meant to be in any way, shape, or form disrespectful. It's just me being who I am. I really can't discuss this topic, in my opinion.
Respect.
I
Respect.
was wondering if we can get back to the original topic.
What you have to say on the
Oh, the
original
original topic.
point?
Go ahead.
And
Go ahead.
and it's good that you here because you're gonna learn today. You know, you from the outside of the community. I don't
Nah,
know how
that
you
don't mean
feel
that
about
you
the
gonna
black
learn today.
community,
Stop.
but you got the perfect people up here today to learn about the black community for sure.
Man, give him
So let
give him
no,
grace.
go ahead, Dark.
Give
Go
him
ahead.
grace.
Go ahead,
You
Dark.
gotta give him grace, bro.
Give him great. Go ahead, Dark. Go ahead.
Uh, well, for starters, for whatever reason, I got serious lag on my mic. But with the whole socialist programs or social programs and socialism, they are very different.
Okay.
You gonna elaborate?
Google even said so. I did send you screenshots that specifically shows it.
No, but you know when we come on these panels though, you can't just say Google it. No, like we having a conversation here. Like you see how we was going. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Bring like I want you to not, think that you're not welcome.
Right. Well,
Like
I sent it
talk,
at
just
your
talk,
leisure
man.
for you to be able to read, is all I'm saying without trying to be
No,
abrasive.
no, no. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh
Hold on.
no,
No, wait a minute.
yeah. I
Hold
don't
on,
take it
Noah.
like that.
Hold on, Noah. Hold on, Noah. Hold on, Noah.
Got you.
What exactly are you trying to dispute?
Whole point. Or you just trying to come up here and tell black people to read?
No, he got a little lag. Give him a second. Give him a second. He got a
Okay,
little lag on his mic.
okay. My question still stands now.
That social programs are socialism when they are not.
Okay. Why would you say that? Hello?
I guess he lagged again. Man, we see what's going on, man. Come on, bro.
Well, I googled it HQ and I googled exactly what are examples of socialism in America. And when
Hmm.
I googled that,
Again, I have serious lag, but flat out, social programs are meant to aid the community.
Aid?
Socialism is meant to replace the capitalist economy.
Okay, we are a mixture of a socialist. We are a mixture of the capitalism and socialism. We're a mixture of that. That's exactly what I said. But what
Right.
you were trying to dispute? What were you trying to dispute? I said it was a combination. We were a mixed economy. And where we had social programs and where we had capitalistic things, businesses, entrepreneurship, all of that kind of stuff is
Yeah.
capitalistic. Social programs are the WIC, Social Security, police and firefighters, and what else?
No,
Mm-hmm.
police and firefighters don't count. They should. That's something that I have a problem with you on. Police
No,
and
that's a
firefighters,
social program.
they
That's
they
a social
yeah,
program.
that doesn't count. That's not there to
No, that's not a
aid
social
and help
program. You
people.
you got you got to
That's
That's
not
prove
a
a
social
yourself.
social
program.
program.
You got to prove yourself on that one.
I looked it up twice. Those are social programs.
So they
Yeah.
social programs. Okay.
Yes. I didn't say
Yeah.
socialism. I didn't say those socialism. I said these
Right.
are
No, they're good for society. They're
Okay.
not social programs. The police and the
It's
firefighters.
not a
I was
program. That's what he's saying.
I was a firefighter. A police and a firefighter is not a social program.
So I'm on
Somebody,
I'm on Google right
So it's a
now, and
servant
y'all
program.
it's
gotta Google
hold
that.
on, hold
I heard
on, hold on.
my understanding is that's a social program.
It says shit. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
No, the whole point is
You
I asked them list what social
yes,
programs we have here in the United States. List the social program. List the socialist type programs that we have here in the United States. And they gave me a list about 20. And the
yeah, it
firefighters
said
were on there.
public schools as well. Uh Public schools, public fire departments, the postal service, and utilities,
Y'all got me thinking over here.
Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid,
Mhm.
farm subsidies, bank bailouts, and the Alaska Permanent, whatever that is.
Where the Alaskan people get a check every year. Yeah.
Those are examples of uh, the socialistic policies that causes America to have a mixed economy.
You
Right.
know what's crazy? Firefighters and police officers. I'm still not getting like a social program. I would say that it's a community program.
right. It's
You know what
good
I
for
mean?
society.
You know what I
It's
mean?
good
Not
for society.
socialist, like not a
Yeah,
social
they,
program. Like y'all went
they
to a
aren't.
meeting. Y'all went to a meeting. It was like, oh, y'all all social in the meeting. And be like, oh, we're going to fund the
They're not.
police department. No,
They're
that's
not given anything. The
yeah.
firefighters and police officers are working
They're
very hard.
working people.
They are working people.
They're not social people.
Socialism is
We do.
people that are
Hold up.
standing in
My
line
bad.
for bread.
We're doing socialism.
I get what he's saying. What he's saying,
We're doing
what
socialism.
Dark is saying is he's saying that social programs and socialism are not the same thing. No, but they're related. That's
All right,
all.
we can say related.
I have a question for
That's
him
actually
because
what
he
I
put a
said, but
question
it's
in the back
related.
chat.
You know what I mean?
He put a question
It's
in the back
adjacent.
chat. So is he still here, HQ? Because I can't see him.
Yeah, it's adjacent though. You know, because they deal with the people. The people are social. The people do politics. The people give their
Then
opinion.
Wait a
then
minute. He gave me a video. Hold
he
on. He gave me a
he
video.
he also
HQ,
prefaced it
is he
with
still
Kirk.
here?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
in the
don't
Is
know.
he
chat.
still?
He in the chat.
He
He
gave me
also
a video.
Oh,
prefaced it.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run his video real quick. He
He
gave me a
also
video
okay.
of He gave me a video of
Example.
Charlie Kirk.
yeah,
Wait
he said Charlie Kirk wasn't racist, and we can definitely have a
a minute.
debate if you want
He
to.
gave
But
me. He gave me the.
Uh,
Yeah, I
Hold on.
wanted to talk to him about that.
Here's the video.
All
Hold
right.
on. Let's go.
let's go.
So it seems like people these days love to post little short clips. So do me a favor, y'all. Make this collection of short clips go absolutely viral. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, and share it
No.
because everyone needs to see it. Check it out.
Race is a social construct that I want to break out of.
I think skin color is irrelevant. Why do you care so much about it? And what are black values? You know what black values are? They're Christian because they're one of the most Christian populations in the country. I don't care if it's all black, all Asian, all white. It's an excellent group is what I want because I do not believe diversity is a strength. I believe unity is a strength. I think you should have a one-page bill that says that racial discrimination based on race is illegal and will not be tolerated in the United States of America. Charlie, do you believe that black pilots can be qualified? Of course. I want a hiring quota and program that only cares about qualification, not skin color. Why does United Airlines care so much about the color of the pilot? How are you? What a beautiful kid that is.
Thank you.
What a gift from God.
Yeah. She truly is.
White chocolate is here.
Hello, everybody.
This brother got more soul than a lot of people running around here acting like they brothers. He's a real brother. He was doing it. And he made sure that he brought a lot of us here, man.
And race should mean nothing. We should build around things that matter and not things that don't matter.
Charlie Kirk helped a lot of young blacks get to the White House. He changed a lot of their lives. A lot of them never imagined going to the White House, and Charlie helped hundreds of young black boys and girls go to the White House. Charlie, thank you for that.
Thank you, Charlie. I love this guy. Black America is a faithful community and a portion of the country with high church attendance. I have always had a focus and a heart for Black America. I believe that Black America could be and should be doing so much better in this country. A message of liberty, a message of freedom, and one that resonates with core values that are shared in Black America. What has your father ever done for inner city Black America other than call me a white supremacist? What is a white supremacist?
A white supremacist is somebody who takes advantage and believes that they are higher than everybody else.
Do I believe that?
I have no idea.
Okay, exactly. And so there's no evidence whatsoever, and yet people go around sloppily saying, you're a racist, you're a white supremacist. It is so destructive to our dialogue. It's destructive to us coming together as a country, and there's nothing to support it whatsoever. So thank you for your time, and shame on your father for peddling that crap.
Like Larry Elder, like Dr. Ben Carson.
Dr. Ben Carson.
Yeah, Dr. Ben Carson.
Oh, yeah.
Would a racist host the nation's largest young black leadership summit?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So at what point would I not be a racist then?
So it seems like people these days love to post little short clips. So do me a favor, y'all. Make this collection of short clips go absolutely viral. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment.
So my question was, you hear me? You all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So my question is, when did they put this videotape together? When did this videotape have these clips and nobody else saw these clips? So what about the other clips that we saw? So the other clips, we shouldn't believe the other clips.
Hold on, let me.
These clips.
So it's the same thing.
Hold on.
Just be neutral.
No.
That's it.
Hold on. These ain't the same clips.
Hold on.
And these are a bunch of testimonies. These ain't the things all that he said. These are the these are not
speaking.
Let me just say one thing. One thing. Those clips are super short, right, HQ?
Yeah.
You don't see nobody in the comments talking about you need the whole context. Play the whole context of the video.
Right, Todd.
You don't see
right,
none of
Todd.
that.
That's exactly what I'm
white
saying.
and black. That's white and black.
This is the new form of racism that Kirk was pushing. Because if you heard, it was all surrounded in the blanket of the Christianity. It is fine for black people to come in to the white arms as long as they are Christian obedient. That is the agenda. It's not just hard ERs and get on the plantation.
Ain't that the religion though?
It's strip yourself of black culture. I'm using air quotes, black culture, because black culture is violent and black culture is devilish. But if you are aligned with white Christianity, you could be accepted. That's why you got Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum, who are two raccoons. It's all good to be a raccoon, and that's cool and that's fine and dandy. Let him have been talking to a black masculine man standing on his principles of blackness, and it would have been that clip would never surface. All right,
bro. Listen, I don't agree with the guy. Never watched the guy. Only time I heard the guy is when he was speaking after he died. This, that, the third, right? But what you just said, right? You tried to correlate back to the same word. Y'all just keep doing the same thing. Well, not everybody, but keep doing the same thing. You correlated black culture to Christianity. It doesn't correlate. If it's black Christians that have the same value as him, that think Jesus, I'm Muslim, but I'm just having to talk here. Father, Son, Holy Ghost, we got the same values and that. That's fine. Now, because their culture is the same culture. They go to church. They eat the bread, they drink the wine. They don't keep the Sabbath, they just said the third, right? But now,
white Christianity,
bro,
you
gotta ask the question after I'm done.
Christianity
So I'm talking about the culture.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
If you think white Christianity,
right, one mic. I'm talking about he's conflating, bro. Like, you trying to pick out one thing from the whole statement. Stop picking out stuff. I have a whole statement.
Okay.
He's talking about the culture and equivalating that to Christianity. It don't mix. Black culture, the music, killing.
Exactly. You got a raccoon mindset. If you think white Christianity
How do
or
I have
black,
a raccoon
if
mindset?
you
But you
think
probably about to agree with me. Black
if
culture
you
black culture that we know it today, dancing, twerking, music, killing,
raccoon,
has
raccoon,
nothing
raccoon, raccoon,
has nothing to
raccoon,
do with Christianity.
raccoon. That is not black
Why, why,
culture.
why, why, why you keep saying that, Todd?
Cause
Give him a
that's
second
not
to
what
Because
black
what
explain.
he's saying,
American
hold on,
culture
hold on,
is.
hold on. Because what he's saying is that's
Look,
not all of black
a,
culture.
a
That's
list of
only
most
that may be
influential
20% of
a list of most influential cultures came out. Number 3, Latino. Number 2, Asian. Number 1,
What?
black culture. And it's not
What?
just twerking and violence. Black culture is so much more than that. And if you don't understand that, go do your research.
Well, why did you name other
And if you
cultures? Hold on,
and if
wait.
you
Why did you name Asian and all these
He
other
just said
people?
I
black. He
And
said
then
the
said black was
list
number one.
of the top 3 cultures that the most influential cultures on the planet are from America is a, but that
no, not
influences
from America, because
the
black people
top
everywhere.
the top 3 cultures that
No,
influence the planet from America is 3 Asian, 3 Latino, number 2 is Asian, and number 1 is black culture. So if you do not
African
understand
American culture. But
it's
but the
not. It's
black
not
no 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 no
African
culture,
no
American.
no. Hey,
black.
hey, wait,
No,
bro. The culture that you thinking about the good stuff. You
I'm
thinking
thinking
about the
about
no, wait. You
foundational
thinking about the
black
macaroni
American
and
culture.
cheese. You thinking about the cookouts
See,
in the
you don't got no
90s.
sense. You just talking. You don't know what black culture is, and I advise you go learn. Okay,
hey,
foundational
hey,
black
Top
Dude,
Pro,
American.
like you talking out both
Top
sides of
Pro.
your neck.
All right, hold on,
I'm talking about a certain type
Go
of
ahead,
culture that
black
we only listen, we black culture only
oh,
celebrates the worst of us, man. Why the fuck we think
raccoon,
rap music and
no,
white people is the most
it's
listeners?
not
And this,
Todd.
that, and the
raccoon
third.
talk. That's raccoon
Hold on,
reality.
hold on. Top Pro, who is the most popular woman in our culture right now?
And music is one thing, bro, but
Answer the question.
It's
the most
answer the
popular black
question.
woman is
Probably
Answer
probably
the
Jasmine
Beyonce.
Crockett. Probably Jasmine
Beyonce.
answer,
Crockett.
Beyonce.
answer.
No.
Beyonce.
Probably
Cardi
Jasmine
B.
Crockett. Hey,
No,
Probably
Cardi,
Cardi
Beyonce,
Cardi B.
Beyonce,
Cardi
Michelle
B.
Obama. No, she's not.
Mm,
Beyonce,
What?
Michelle Obama, and Rihanna are the
Todd,
top 3 most
Todd,
Oh,
popular women in America, bro.
See?
Todd.
Cardi
Dudes
B
be
This
is
is
not.
what I want you
disingenuous.
to do.
He talking about the
Cardi
raccoon
B,
mask.
Cardi B is popular to women who watch Love and Hip Hop all day. That's not all black people or
Todd,
black women.
Todd.
I mean,
So this is
oh,
so this is what I want you to understand, Tyro. Everybody knows these names. Everybody knows the name Larry Hoover, right? Everybody knows the name Bumpy Johnson, right?
come on,
Everybody
man.
knows the name Cardi.
Talk to him.
Everybody knows the name Cardi B. Everybody knows who Beyonce is.
Cardi B
Everybody,
not even
ev-
black.
but black women have made her popular and they have accepted her and brought her into
He
the
don't even know the
fold as
slave
our
trade.
own.
Dang.
First of all, whoever you are, you just talking crap. And everybody know the name Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Huey Newton, Assata Shakur. I mean,
They
you
are
No,
can.
like
not our
what
culture
what?
today.
Yes, Shada Shakur. I didn't even. So what? I don't give a fuck about her. She's not in my family. I don't. I don't care about stuff like that.
Had me
And
walk outside.
it's only people. It's only people that like are on your side that even care about shit like
Ah,
that, bro.
no, you good, mom. I
Like
got you. I'll take your trash out. I got you. I got you. That's fine.
like like real shit.
I got you,
Like
mom.
everybody, nobody else cares
Have a good
about
day,
that
mom.
shit.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
what's the ultimate point here?
The
That's what you
the
saying black culture
the
is?
the
You're welcome.
the point of the matter is when you export something, when you are like, let's say, lowriders. They didn't used to have lowriders in Japan and China until niggas start exporting them. That is part of our culture, is lowrider culture. That they break dance over in China and shit like that. That's part of
Cardboard still
our
to the
culture.
day.
That's our culture. Those are the things that are exported, Ty. All of that.
But
No, no,
our
no
culture,
Chinese,
if you talk about
nobody
our
in China or care about no damn Fred Hampton, no Martin Luther King, or nobody like that, bro.
well, you talking about okay, so the internet is yesterday years old. So of course, the things that are mainstream
Can't
and
say it's close.
is propaganda. I'm gonna always talk about propaganda. Of course, the mainstream things going to be imported across the world. In Thailand, they have a YN day. They have a national YN day in Thailand where they all wear ski masks and act like little thugs from Chicago. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know
hold
why?
on. Hold on.
Because
Exactly,
Hold on.
bro.
Hold
You
because
on.
just
Hold
that's
on.
our
Hold
defeated
on.
your
Hold
whole
on.
culture.
Hold on. Hold
argument.
on. Hold on. Hold on.
You just defeated your whole
Hold
argument.
on. Yes, there are degenerate parts of our culture, but that is not the entirety of our
It
culture.
is the bulk
White
of
people,
what
That
our
is
culture,
the
bro.
thing,
okay,
though.
if
That's what we
did you
celebrate.
just not see Drewski celebrate white degenerate culture?
An
He was a
anomaly.
perfect example of the white degenerate culture, a racist redneck at NASCAR
He ain't say nothing
from a
racist
trailer
though. He was
park.
just having fun.
He was acting racist to black
No, he
Yeah,
people.
wasn't.
Yes, he was. Watch the
it was
whole
super
video.
racist.
He
It
was
was
super
super
racist,
racist.
spitting at the black dude while he talking to him. Come on, man. You, my brother or my sister or
See?
whatever,
Here we
you,
go. You see what I'm saying?
you, you need to get
When
some
your argument is
information.
done,
You
two
need to
black
get
men
some
just told you that
information.
you was wrong and gave you a different
You
perspective.
need to get some
See, you never
information
you
about
you
black
never had
culture
like a
outside of.
you must have never watched the Great Debaters with Forrest Whitaker and stuff like that. When you do stuff like that, you lose the whole thing.
You need to get some
See,
information
look.
about the culture that you're a part of because
But we just proved you wrong that
you
the
did not
thing that
prove
majority of
anything.
black people do is they take the worst of the culture and try to bring it up like it's so superior. That's the worst of us. Now, what about the
And
doctors?
even the
What? Hold
best
on. What
of
about
us,
the doctors? What about the lawyers? Not the
the
basketball
best
players,
of
not the
us,
tennis players.
the
What about the
best
doctors,
of
the
us
I
lawyers,
got
the
a
become
question.
mechanics?
Wait a minute,
billionaires.
hold on. I got
The
a
best
question.
of us
Wait a minute, hold
change
on.
entertainment. The best of us are
You
billionaires,
keep talking about
millionaires. The
tap
best,
dancers.
Hold
I'm
on,
the
not
y'all.
talking about
best
no entertainers.
The
Hold on.
best of us change any
Y'all
type
hear
of
me?
art
I
form
know
we
everybody
enter.
hear me. I know everybody hear me. I know y'all hear me. I know y'all hear me. Am I talking? Am I talking? Get my mic working? What's going on?
We hear you, baby.
Here's
We
the
hear you.
thing.
I'm
The-
sorry, Auntie.
there's a lot of people that celebrate different. They celebrate the degeneracy. They celebrate the small percentage of black people. I said earlier, it's only 20% of us that are in poverty. Black people that are in poverty. Okay, the black culture comes from communities, history, tradition, experience, lived experience. Hollywood is just a part of our culture or identity. People just take that because that's the most what they see. There's other things that we celebrate that are even richer. We celebrate holidays, birthdays, traditions, marriages. We celebrate a whole bunch of things. I can't help it if y'all. I can't help it if a group of y'all think that Cardi B is the shit. I don't think
Right?
Cardi B is the shit. I don't look at Cardi B for my direction. I don't look at that as a part of my culture. I look at that as just a part of music, part of the music industry.
HQ, that's because you're old.
There you go.
You
See,
don't you don't
Watch your
you
mouth.
don't
Watch your mouth, man. Come
my
on, man.
whole
See?
point, Black America is this
that's
is a young person. These are young people who seem to promote this Cardi B thing. I don't promote Cardi B thing. I don't glorify somebody like that. I look at people like Michelle Obama or Jasmine Crockett or any number of people that as
And
my
even if
right.
I
role.
don't agree with him, I
It's people
expect
like
that.
that.
At least that's a goal.
But
Shit.
see,
Out
that's
of
the thing. Here's the thing. Most people look at Hollywood and say, "Oh my God, Cardi B twerking." So that must mean
Hollywood.
all black women twerk. All black women are whores. All
And
black women wear,
all
but
women
see,
twerk.
my whole
Mexicans,
point is,
Asians, white
hold on,
women, they
hold on,
all
hold on.
twerking.
But my whole point is, people look at our community and look at the Hollywood portion and say that's our culture. That's not our
As a
culture.
whole.
But see, my whole point is when black people also buy into the bullshit, you know there's more to your culture than Cardi B. You know there's more than your culture than going and walking around naked. You know there's more than that. We got Juneteenth. We got all kinds of things that we celebrate that's not related
Juneteenth is
to Cardi
bullshit.
B.
And
Juneteenth
that's
is
just
not
a
bullshit.
so-called holy day. That's not even a holiday.
Juneteenth is
Right.
not bullshit. Charlie Kirk said we shouldn't be celebrating Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a valid celebration that goes right in hand with Independence Day because it marked the day that slaves actually knew that they was free. That's not
No,
bullshit.
so
We
so
if we
so
could
so
celebrate
so so
9/11
do
and
you know
4th
the
of
actual
July,
do you know the actual history? First of all, do you know the actual history behind it? Because I do, and just because the people in Texas found out that they was free on that day, and everybody else already knew, Typro, that doesn't equate to the whole black experience.
but that
You
equates
understand?
to the rest and meaning that we were all finally free at the same time. And
But we
I
weren't
don't
all
even
But
finally free.
we
and
wasn't
and
all free
as
at the same time. You
and
crazy?
once the last of the slaves knew we was free, yeah, of course we went into sharecropping and all of that bullshit. And I, as many
You don't know about
women
Nat Turner?
as many, of course I know about Nat Turner.
So
As
people was taking their freedom, not that everybody got free at the same time. That's what I'm saying.
as
You gotta put everything in perspective though.
but that was
I get
before
your point though. You know
Juneteenth.
what I'm saying? Not to be rude, but I
As
get your point.
many women that I talk to, I don't know any women that listen to Cardi B. That is just she got a good PR team to make her seem a lot more popular. She barely
Dude,
makes
she
music.
got 160 million followers, bro.
Not all
Hold on,
black
wait.
women
That don't
though.
even
160.
matter. That don't even matter. What matters is he has
It
his own
absolutely does.
community of good women. So now you're promoting the good culture that they don't listen to her.
Well,
So now you're promoting the good
he
thing.
is a naturalist. So I don't even count those girls as he like dealing with dreads and all that. I don't even count them two.
I deal with a lot
No,
Who
of different
knows?
type of women. I
them-
prefer me a
hey,
lot to.
yeah, I
But
know. I
if
told
it's
you I don't.
50,000
Them
men,
ain't,
if
that
it's
ain't even no
50,000
shit.
good men and they got three girls that's around them, you know what I'm saying, that don't listen to that 50,000 men, what's that?
Tybee
Okay,
tripping.
but hold on.
That number is a big
Wait a minute,
number.
hold on. We skipped over this video. What was the point of Dark Omega bringing the video up? What was the point of
Trying
that?
to show some
because he
raccoons.
do- because he doesn't know what racism is.
Especially not the type
What?
of racism that Charlie Kirk promotes
No,
and his fan base
he
accepts.
what white people
Auntie,
don't
I
know
said both
what
sides of the
racism
same
is.
coin.
They don't know that telling a black person that they like fried chicken and watermelon is racist.
It's racist.
They don't know.
Right.
They don't know
They
that
they
White
shit
don't know.
people
called
don't know. So
you're
white people
well
don't know
spoken.
telling black people that watermelon and and fried chicken is racist. They don't know that.
No, no, they don't.
Or
They don't know
or
Oh,
that
the
you
thinking that
or
crazy as
when
black
they
people
hell.
can't speak.
or
You
when they
They don't
tell
know
you
crazier
that.
that
than
you
a
speak
bed bug.
well, or when they
Me
say
and
you're very
Tyrone,
well spoken, or when they say,
or when
"Oh,
they,
you
yes,
yeah, it's an ideology and it's ingrained, and that's okay.
yes, they
So
they
You
wait
could
a
be
they
minute.
don't
So
ingrained
know.
with
tell me this,
you
Type
know,
Pro. Tell me this, Type Pro. What when you say when people say no, Charlie, he wasn't racist. How do you explain to them it wasn't what he said that was racist? How do you explain to
what
them?
I explain is the statistics that he said about black crime, which the Muslim person said was 13. She repeated it. 13% commit 50% of the 13% of the population commits 50% of the crime. That's a
I
racist
didn't say
statistic.
50% of the
Okay, I'm
crime.
not okay. Well,
I got you. I got you. Go ahead. My bad
Charlie
for cutting
Kirk
you off.
said that, and that is a false statement. It's not true, and that's racist because it's anti-black propaganda. That's not prejudice. That's not bigotry. That's racist because you are convincing somebody that a population of people systematically commits a disproportionate amount of crime. when you say that Charlie, when you say that, when you constantly, because Charlie Kirk constantly brought up George Floyd overdosing when so many people, so many of the people who did the autopsy said he died from asphyxiation. That's racist. That's anti-black propaganda. When you say that there's no
It's
black
not
fathers,
anti-black, man.
when you say that there's no black fathers in the in the families, when I personally know all black fathers,
That's
I don't know
anti-person.
any deadbeats. And I know a lot of people. I don't know dead people. I have my father. I know everybody. Nah, some of my cousins' dads was in jail, whatever. But niggas got their dads. When you say these type of things and you convince people that this community is just as evil, that's
No,
anti-black
see,
propaganda.
nobody said it as
When
a
you when
monolith.
you when you say that when you say that Tamir Rice was trying to beat up George Zimmerman when he's on a 911 call following this boy, and they telling him to leave him alone, stand down, and he pursues to shoot this boy to death, that is anti-black propaganda. That is racist. When you constantly say that Black Lives Matters was a violent, radical group when 98% of the protest was peaceful
And they
and
had
nothing really
Antifa, and
happened,
they get it
and
mixed
you
up.
and
Yep,
you and you
I
combine
agree.
when you combine these narratives, when you put all of that stuff together, and that's your talking point about black people,
As a
and you
whole.
don't talk about white people, and if you are a Christian and you care about America and you don't speak on the American violence that ended his own life, you're being racist. You're one-sided. You're using system. You're skewing statistics, and you're saying things in a way that makes a whole group of people be villainized. That's racist. Is no
And,
amount
and
of patting the coon on the head
right,
that's gonna make you
right,
not
and,
racist.
We get that,
and
but what about the culture?
My culture is I came from the streets of Detroit, and my culture is more than that. I had to learn that and grow through that, but my culture is
Not
more than
listen,
that.
listen, bro. Not see, and this is the thing I be saying. We can't be like talk like we men. Excuse me, auntie. This not for you. Can't be talking like women. Not your anecdotal experience.
Okay, my experience is that
See, again,
people
not
in
your
the
experience.
my understanding of black culture is that in impoverished neighborhoods, black people are surviving, and there is violence, and there is a mixture of violence, people taking care of their families, people doing good, and people doing bad, as though there is in every community: Mexican, Latino, white, Asian, every community in America. The problem isn't black people are just violent and gangsters and all of this. The problem is
So now you
poverty.
agreeing?
We uphold Italian
it's not
mafia.
poverty, bro.
We
It's not
uphold the
It's
poverty, bro.
Godfather. We uphold. You don't hear white people blaming mass shootings on metal music when they music is, oh, I want to shoot you in the face. We don't talk about that when we talk about white violence. We
Yes, we
don't
do.
talk about Mexican violence and correlate that to their music. We don't correlate no
No,
other
we don't
race.
correlate it to their music. We
We
know
don't
where they come
correlate.
from.
We don't
They
correlate
come from the
no, but
cartels and stuff like that.
we don't make these critical blanketed statements about
Yes,
no
we
other
do,
group of
bro.
but
We
black
just don't
people.
put it on everybody. We
all
do
right.
the same
So
thing.
so let me tell you something, Ty. So years ago, I started writing a book, right? And I started writing a book on stereotypes. And so
Good as shit.
when it comes to things that you say we don't do, we all do it. Ty, it's been for years. Everybody say little white men got a little penis, or and Chinese people got a little penis and they can't drive,
Facts.
or Chinese people eat rice with every meal. We all do that, bro. I don't know why you're saying that we don't.
I'm
We
talking about
absolutely
the
want.
violence. Like we blame rap. We blame the black community on rap and Cardi
Bro,
B
listen
and
to
twerking.
rap. Listen to
It
rap.
doesn't have.
But every
It did.
group
It.
got
I,
music, and
Y'all got
death
Hey,
metal
bro.
is worse than
Real
drill.
let
quick,
me
auntie.
ask this
Hey,
question.
bro. Hey, bro. Real quick, auntie. Back in the 80s, they was talking about hibbity hop, hibbity hop.
today,
They
country,
talk, but
No,
now
no, no, we
country,
contrast
wasn't. We
to
was talking about
today.
country.
colors.
Contrast to
Hold on, hold on,
today.
hold on, hold on,
They
hold on.
talking about I'll kill your mom, I'll kill your kids, I'll wipe
Hold on.
everybody out.
Okay, that's
We
fair.
was talking about
That's
the
fair.
same thing in
That's
It's
in the
a
fair.
eighties.
big contrast
That's
We was
though,
fair.
talking
bro.
That's
about
fair.
we,
That's fair. Country music today is about alcoholism and woman beating. White men
All the
lead in
time.
domestic violence. You do not never hear
No,
them
they don't.
talking point. White men lead in domestic violence, rape, child essay, women essay, man on
All right,
man
you add
essay.
more. I got you.
So white men lead in domestic violence. You
No,
don't
they don't.
hear the white men lead. I
they
look at the
they
stats.
do
White
they
men
do.
lead in
Actually, um, lesbians lead in
yes.
domestic
If you
violence
okay, lesbian,
amongst each other,
let okay, all right, hold on. Just y'all please give
and
me
that's a
20 seconds.
statistic.
Hold on. Lesbian relations are the most likely to have domestic violence. In America, white men have the highest percentage of committing domestic violence.
And
We don't
monogamous
link
relationships. Got you. True.
we out of all the relationships, it's a higher percentage of domestic violence going to occur in a lesbian relationship, but lesbian relationships numbers are small. The highest percentage of domestic violence committed is from white men, and that is not attributed to country music, even though country music is about getting drunk and beating your fucking woman. That's the
Now
point I'm
what?
trying to
Now
So you
what?
make.
just
What? What?
contradicted
Hold on,
yourself
hold
when you
on,
said it
Todd.
did.
Hold on, Todd. Hold on a second. Because
What
we're
you
both
saying?
truck drivers. What? Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. What you're saying is because it's such a small percentage of lesbians it
That the,
doesn't compare
it
to
doesn't
the white.
compare
Um,
exactly. Yes.
sure,
So
there's a
if
high
they
percentage of
if
women. There's a high percentage of
if
lesbian women that have fights, have domestic violence, but it's nothing compared to white men. So that statistic that lesbian women have more, no, that is negligible compared to white
it's
men.
that statistic is reflecting that the
Yeah, because they're the
likeliness
highest majority.
the likeliness of having domestic violence is in a lesbian relationship. But in totality of all relationships,
See?
white
Caveat.
men lead because it's more of a concentrated group in a lesbian relationship.
Question. I got this question right here, and I can't really keep getting past. I can't get past it. This is regarding Charlie. I can't get past it. I've been thinking about it.
Jesus, you keep bringing up
This
this white.
country, this country was built. This country is built for white men, right or wrong. This country was made and built for white men, right or wrong. So
I agree.
therefore, they're gonna have the advantage if all playing fields are equal. They're gonna always have the advantage, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So why would a man who has all the advantages in the world try to get rid of DEI?
Facts.
DI.
Why would Charlie Kirk advocate, who's a white male, straight white male, married, Christian, blah blah blah? This world is made for you, brother. This world is made for you, Charlie Kirk. Why would you try to get rid of anything that would level the playing field if you really wanted the playing field leveled?
Well, who
Because he
said he
wanted the
wanted the
playing field
playing
level.
field?
If that's the case.
No.
Hold on. I'm not done. Because you
You Paul.
didn't, but hold on. Because you didn't want the playing field leveled. You just pretended like you wanted the playing field leveled. DEI and affirmative action was the recipients of those things were white women, and then behind them it was gay people. Why would you try to take that away, saying if I take this away, it'll be all even, it'll be just equal? No, it won't, because this country is not built for other races and other people. It's built for white men. He had all the advantages already built in. DEI and affirmative action level the playing field for women and minorities and
Listen to what you
all
just
those
said.
people.
H,
So my
H,
whole point,
Listen to what you just said, though.
hold on. So the whole point is, I don't believe that he was as sainty as you all keep thinking he was.
Oh, no, you want no goddamn
Hold on,
saint.
hold on. So that is why I'm saying that makes no sense to me. Nobody can explain it. Why did you keep saying get rid of the what is that? Civil Rights Act. Why did you keep saying that? You never should have came into play when that was built to help the other people that this world was not made for, to level their playing field. Why would you continue to try to break that down? Because every place he went, and I'm reading, it said exposing critical racism tour. What do you mean by exposing critical racism tour? If the world is already built for you, it's built for you, it's shaped for you, it's shaped for your body, it's shaped for your mind frame, it's shaped for your color. If everything is built and shaped for you, and I put something in place to help the rest of the people that are here, why would you, as a white straight man, try to break it down? Why would you try to take that away? That's how I know he wasn't as good and wasn't as nice as people keep saying he was.
Do you want to answer?
Hold on,
Oh, you
before
don't need
you
to answer for
hold
me.
on,
I'm just making a
hold
statement.
on. Let
You
me
don't
let
need
me
to. You
po-
don't need to answer for me.
let
I
me
already got it.
You
let
asked the
me pose a
question.
question. Hold on. Let me pose a question to Black America and Muslim in the chat. Who is the biggest benefit? Don't answer HQ because you already know. Who is the biggest benefits of DEI in the country? I would love for the chat to answer as quick as they can. Who is the biggest benefits of DEI in this country?
You
And
want me to
second,
answer?
and then I want the second question is who was the least to benefit from DEI
In the
in this
chat,
country? What group categorized to fit DEI was the most benefited, and what group was the less benefited?
And that's for the chat, right?
That's for
Yeah.
yeah,
y'all too.
for the chat.
Whoever know the
Well,
answer,
well, well, well,
because they
white women
answering now.
benefited. What white women benefited the most, black men benefited the least.
CJ got it right. One Cup got it wrong. Gold Dust is a racist. Osmos is an idiot. Yes, white women was the biggest benefits of DEI. Who was the least to benefit from
Black
DEI?
men.
Black men,
Black men
but
was the, so why when Charlie Kirk gave examples of DEI, he never was speaking on white women. It was always
Black
Joy
men.
Taylor or
th-
black
th-
People of
pilots. I
color.
never I
th-
never heard him
th-
say if I see
Hold
a
this
white
on.
is the
woman.
whole thing.
I never
Hold
heard him
on.
say if I see a white woman pilot, I'm gonna wonder if she's qualified. Never heard no rhetoric like that.
Whenever people speak about it, they're always talking about, oh, we don't want people to get the jobs because they got color. It had nothing to do with color. The white woman is the person that was the beneficiary of it. And I can't get past the fact that this was built for him. Why would you, with all the advantages going on in this world, why would you try to tear down something that would give everybody else a level playing field?
HQ, you think that
That's
we
crazy.
as men, I hate the fact that you keep thinking that we as men are on the same field or even want to be on the field with you guys. Because we have to do so much more. Let me explain to you
What field
why.
would you want to be on then, Black America? Your own field?
I got something to say
No
too, but
HQ,
go ahead.
no HQ. If I gotta give my life for you, if I have to work every day and provide for you, you think you can say something to me? That's just ridiculous. It's not right. I actually have to give. As a man, we die before you guys,
Wait a minute, wait a minute,
and
wait a minute.
you
Hold on,
and
hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait a minute. Why are you making this about male, female? We're not talking about male, female.
It
What
always come
because
back to the
because
brass tacks.
do you mean?
because that's exactly what it is. Those men, you know how, like, let's say on the West Coast, like here in Vegas and California and places like that, we don't have a problem with AB, right? But look at all of these southern country cities and these Bible belts where the majority of those white people are. They started seeing those Mexicans overbreeding, and they said, we can't lose our edge. We're losing our edge. We need to get rid of abortions because our women are getting abortions also. Because the Mexican women, they're not getting abortions. And the black women, they're getting abortions,
But we
but
still propagate shit.
but we so far behind. They're still only 13, 14%. You see what I mean? After 50, 60 years, they're still only 13%. But white men are saying, hey, instead of, and we're only having 1 and 2 kids apiece, we need to kick these Mexicans out. And we need to say, hey, our women can no longer delete the children. That's
Yes, I
they
completely agree with you. That is the
Like
so
agenda.
Japan.
I believe completely agree with you. That is the
so
agenda.
they don't so why would you want your woman that is supposed to be underneath you to be able to have a voice and say anything?
Shit, I got
N-
5.
None of us want you to say anything. You think the white man wants you to say something?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then going back on to, what Auntie was talking about with the Charlie Kirk thing, like when she was like, why would he say this? God got killed, right? Now Auntie got me thinking on a whole nother level. Why would he say this and say that? Talk about the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement was hijacked by the feminist movement. The feminist movement got hijacked by the LGBTQ. Thanks to Obama. And then, now what's going down? Like everything that people put in place, and then what he was talking about on that, I don't agree with everything he said. Don't give a fuck. But what he was saying was, when he bring out that one thing and then he say another thing, then like you said, Auntie, go back and see back in the day when we had our own movements as black people. Civil rights movement. We had that. Somebody came along, they hijacked it, bringing in the feminist movement. Oh, the women saying that, oh, we can't do this. The black woman wasn't saying that. They was cool. That was for the white women that had, like my brother said, the white guys beating them the fuck up. Now they want to bring in some other type of justice court and rules and regulations to overtake that. So now the mental can get off of that. Like to be honest, like now, like the Charlie Kirk thing. Then the odds is off of fucking Israel and what they doing. It's off of Ukraine and what they doing. We weren't about this one man, and now they talking about they about to have a 200,000 coins made, like coins, like literal currency with his face on it.
That's wild.
Like, what the fuck is we doing?
I
How the
don't
fuck
know.
he got one, but Harriet Tubman don't got one?
Hey, look, hey, I don't understand, but I
And a
kind
lot of y'all niggas would have got shot by her.
HQ,
why.
white women weren't even considered a minority in this country until the civil rights movement. Before
What
the
Mm-hmm.
I just
civil rights
said.
movement passed.
What I just said.
Yeah,
I,
it's. I
I
mean,
it's wild when you start thinking, when you start going down this rabbit hole of why are they moving in the direction that they're moving in this country. Black America's right, Nora's right, you're right. It's a movement here. They are losing you're right, Black America. The Mexican folks, hey, they fucking like rabbits. They eating and fucking.
I'm
They,
half Mexican. I'm Mexican too.
so they doing that. Oh, and then their population is doing it. Then they got mixed. We got mixed people, black and white people.
Mm-hmm.
We got mixed and black and Mexican people. They're going to be outnumbered. The white people are going to be outnumbered within about 30 years.
Yeah,
They got
I
to do
agree.
something.
that's
I
So
agree.
they got to
that's
do
why
something.
Charlie Kirk pushed the white
I agree.
replacement theory. The white replacement theory is one of his talking points. That's a lot of these right. That's Nick Fuentes' talking point. That's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these white conservatives talking points. That's the
Hold up,
whole
bro.
reason.
That's a blanket statement. What is
That's
the
I,
white
I
theory?
got white replacement theory. I got you.
Yeah,
Give me 1 second.
got you.
That's why that place in the Ozarks funded they only whites only town is to keep concentrate on white population. White
Mm-hmm.
women have babies. White women and Asian babies probably have the least babies in this country. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure which one, but white replacement theory is the theory that whites are being replaced in this country as the majority. Whites
Mm-hmm.
are being replaced with their jobs. That's
That's
why
not a theory. That's a
that's
fact.
that's why the whole
Yeah.
so the theory. when you use theory and scientific hypotenuse and all of that, theory is a fact. Like gravity is a
Nah, theory
theory.
can't be a fact.
Gravity is a theory. The laws of gravity, laws of physics, these are theories. So theories
But you have
are a
to go through the
fact, but it's
process
a
of proving it. I'm
right.
sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
Yeah. So white replacement theory speaks to, oh, they took her jobs, they took her jobs, even though that's not real. White replacement theory is being outbred. White replacement theory is being too much black people in superhero movies. White replacement theory is too many black people in the government. White replacement theory is too many black people in the military. White or Mexican people or whatever people.
There you go. Now you
White re,
said it right.
white replacement theory is them being replaced as a majority and becoming a minority in this country, and that's one of the biggest fears. That's why we got the alt right, the American Nazi Foundation. That's why you got all of these different
Hmm.
type of organizations to keep white bloodlines going. That's why that man
Ain't
that
nothing they
Charlie
can do though.
that's
Shit,
why that man.
they
That's why
love
that man.
us.
That's why that
Shit.
man at Charlie Kirk Memorial that I had you play HQ. You knew his name. I keep forgetting the ball dude name, but he had that speech and he was talking about 1,000 years of lineage and they're the
I
rightful
know.
God set leaders of the country, and that's because they have been that for so long.
No, that's because that's a theory. It's not fact.
Mm,
That's because it's a theory that they think that
mm-hmm,
they who he is. We know that us on this panel, we the indigenous people,
mm-hmm.
but we not standing up talk about this our country. Y'all niggas from Caucasus Mountains. Y'all niggas from Europe. Y'all couldn't even wash your ass. Y'all was
Mm,
dying from the Black Plague till y'all went into Spain when the Muslims ran Spain and taught y'all how to fucking wash your ass and stuff like that. And when I say Muslims, I'm not talking about the Arabs. No, it's black Muslims, white Muslims, African
Moorish.
American Muslims,
You
everybody.
you talking about the Moorish people who conquered
Yeah, but the
Spain?
Moorish people wasn't just black. It was more than that. Now it comes back to, you know, our if you think about it, bro, uh I'm just gonna say this: African Americans. Let's just make it a monolith real quick. African Americans and Puerto Ricans, Española. We are the most spiritual people on the world, but we still being ruled by fucking politics. The Haitians ain't give a fuck about no politics. Get the fuck out of here. We done with y'all. Rebellion time.
oh, you ain't calling for no civil.
Hold on, let me just speak on something. One Cub and a couple of other people talking about it. There is several books that you can read. One good book that was written by a white person in the 50s called They
The
Came
Bible.
Before. No, they came before Columbus. I forget the author, but it was a white guy in the 50s or something. They came before Columbus is one of the many books that will describe to you the presence of Africans in America long, long before
You
slavery.
know his son was there, right?
Africans have been a part of America for hundreds and hundreds of years before
Hundreds.
slavery. We were here during slavery. We were here living with the Native Americans. A lot of those Native Americans are Mexicans and people that originated from Asia that migrated to America,
No,
and
no, no. That's
African
false.
people. There was three different groups of people in America long before slavery. Africans who sailed over here, Mexicans who was here, and Asians who migrated from Asia here. Those Asians are the people
They
that
came across the Bering Straits is
The
what it
ice,
is
through
the
Alaska
ice,
and
the ice
Eskimo.
straits.
all of that. So those are that's the mainly the tribe that Pocahontas, and that's the face of Native Americans are the Asian migrants who migrated over here. But there are
Do
plenty
you
of
know about the
books.
$5 Indians?
There are plenty of books that talk about the influences that Africans had on America, and there's actually plenty of books that show how Africa pretty much went to every land on this planet and settled and had settlements on long before transatlantic slavery. I just
You
wanted to
know,
put that out there.
now I got you. And you know what's crazy too? It's a lot of books like I always tell you, like, like I told you before. We all right, we can go see them books and we get rid of it. But now it's a lot of books that's saying history is told in reverse. This is the motherland. That's why we got so many pyramids and everything like that. They don't want to dig them up. They don't want to go in the Grand Canyon. They don't want to do none of that. But the reverse theory is they was taking people from here and taking them to Africa.
No, that's a lie.
I
So
know look, I know personally
so if
reading
you
stuff
if
is a
you
lie
read
because you
if
know
you read Christopher Columbus's if you read his journal, his diary, when he came over here to the Americas, he's going to tell you that he traded with dark skinned people and he traded with them in gold. And they called their gold Gouda.
right.
And that same gold has been traced back to where people? Ghana in Africa. So
So
the
gold is
the
only
thing
over there. See, and that's the thing. Is gold only in Africa?
no,
Because that's the point that you're
when was
making.
gold? Hold on. You gotta realize where gold was first found in here in America. Where was it at? Where was the gold rush?
Right.
California.
California. What state
The place
produces
of
the
the gays.
largest? What state produces the largest amount of gold in our country right now today?
Africa.
Nevada. No, Nevada. So you guys have to realize there wasn't any gold mining on the East Coast, especially not in the 1400s. But they
Yeah,
did
not
have
gold
it.
mining. Yeah.
Yes, but they did have it in Africa. So that's how they made all their jewelry and their crowns and things of their adornments. So if you guys go read uh if you guys go read Christopher Columbus' diary, you
No,
guys
because his son talk about it.
find out
I
who
forgot
he
his name
was.
though. But then now think about this. How you said that? Where is the most reserves of oil at?
The Middle East.
No, I said reserves. They have the most oil, but America have the most reserves. Now you look it up. America have so much oil, they just not sending it to nobody. They're keeping it for themselves, but then
So
they buy
so
it from
so
everybody else.
so reserves mean that it's on the shelf. But as far as
It's
having
from the land.
actual oil, but actually having oil in the ground, it's in the Middle East. So that'd be just like I have a bunch of rice in my pantry, but I don't make rice, and there is no rice
No, I get it.
being made here in Nevada.
I,
So
see, I know they got the most, but I'm talking about when people say America is dependent on these people, this, that, the third, da, 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 to get this, to get that. No, America has their like we only talking about Texas, for real, for real. It's fucking oil in this country that's massive, but they can't. That's why it's so much earth on the land. Like people live in the cities and on the outskirts.
so
They don't want to
so
go into
that's
the middle of it and dig it
so
up.
that's my industry. So that's my industry. That's the industry that I'm in. I'm
Right.
in oil and gas, and I'm telling you, no, that's that's not the way it is. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
Thank
got you.
y'all. I thank y'all for coming up. Thank y'all for coming up. Thank y'all for coming up. We have we have went way past our time. Way past our time. I gotta be on the road at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. I appreciate you all coming up. Dark, Nor, Black. I appreciate all of y'all coming up. I do. Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll definitely be back tomorrow. We love these discussions. We do. But I said the video of Charlie Kirk was great. I get it. But there's things that Charlie did put into place and things that Charlie believed that I just don't believe. And there was things that Charlie said that not necessarily made him a racist, but it made him, he didn't enamor himself to me from some of the things, from the other clips that I'd seen, some of the things that I'd seen or heard him say, right? And I just can't get past that one question, that one fact that I said. This world is made for white men. It just is what it is. We know that. From the beginning of time, white men have been in charge. They were the ones who could vote. They're the ones who could buy land. They're the ones who could do X, Y, and Z. So this place was built for them. United States was built for them. So why would a person who this world is built for, who has all of the advantages, he can walk into a building and nobody's going to question whether he's qualified. He can walk into a building and he doesn't have the possibility of somebody telling him to get out. All of these things. And yet and still he was trying to get rid of the things that gave other people advantages. No, that meant to me that you didn't see the advantage that you had. Somehow you wanted to keep the advantage that you had and minimize everybody else's advantage. That's what it felt like. When I thought about it, when I keep thinking about it, it's even more so. You wanted to keep the advantage that you had for you being a white person, a white male. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, and I get it. I'm just saying the harm that was brought on by you saying this should not be in place. Okay? You wanted to get rid of DEI. The recipient of DEI was white women. That was the biggest recipient of DEI was white women. Why would you get rid of that? Why wouldn't Charlie have known? Why wouldn't Charlie have known that the biggest recipient of DEI was women? Because he did know. Because he did know. So my question is, why did you want to get rid of, or why did you want to harm white women? Why did you want to harm other groups of people? Or make them not have the advantage? I don't know. The deeper we go into this, the more we go down the rabbit hole. We have to find that out. We have to find these things out. I'm willing to look at them. I am. But right now, it's not looking as amazing as people say it is. So I see y'all tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll be back here because we got things to talk about. We have plenty of things to talk about. There's plenty of things on this planet to talk about. Plenty of things. But my question is this. Somebody need two things. Please hit the like button going in and out. Please hit the like button going in and out. We like to have these discussions. One, nobody ever put into the chat, what did the big beautiful bill give to you? What did it give to you? Nobody put it in the chat. This is the third time I've asked. What was it that it did for you? It did a whole bunch for the rich people, but what did it do for you, the regular poor man? I don't know. People voted for him because they thought he was going to do something for them. What did he do for you? Nobody said. Please hit the like button. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow.